What's up, everybody? How we doing? Welcome to Road Reality. I've never done this before, but we're going to try it out, see how it works. And we've got Dewey Rides. There's Dewey. What's up, Dewey? His mic is muted. Unmute your mic, Dewey.
Sorry, I was pulling up the chat window in the other window. How's everybody doing?
We've got Adventure Glide Channel, Jim Beauchart, Black Phoenix Entertainment, and Mr. GS48 in the side chat. This is awesome. People waiting. Hey, yeah. Thank you, Ryan. I did it. We're here. And I'm going to bring it up in the side chat too. And there we go. So we are on the side chat, and Adventure Glide Channel says, "What's up, guys?" First of all, I just want to open this up and say thank you so much to everybody that has made Road Reality what it is. 1,500 subscribers. It is a Christmas miracle, my friends. Thank you all so much. I can't share with you what I brought to the chat, but look at that. We got a little Johnny Blue, baby. So I'm going to partake of that, partake of what you want. Dewey, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. Here in, like everywhere in the country, a frozen, cold Pacific Northwest, we have the ice. The only reason I could be on here tonight is my brother's flight got canceled. I was supposed to fly in, so
oh my goodness.
I don't have to run to the airport in the ice.
Well, that's both good and bad. I'm glad you could join us. Dewey is one of my best motovlogging buddies, and I'm so happy to have him in my first stream. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited, and congratulations, man! 1,500. I remember when you were stuck at 230 and you couldn't figure out how to get over 250.
Well, cheers to that, because you're part of this success, buddy. Look, Dewey has certainly had my back throughout a lot of this, and he's been kind of my cheerleader and my go-to editing expert. I'm the editing expert, but Dewey, he helps out. He does what he can.
And I take credit for all the good thumbnails.
Yes, Dewey is always helping me with thumbnails. Adventure Glide Channel wants to know what I'm smoking. It is a Nub Habano. Yeah, here we go. Nub Habano. Good cigar. Hey, Purple on 3. Merry Christmas.
Cody.
Oh, look at this. We've got people watching. This is crazy. This is like 4 more people than I expected to join the whole thing. Oh, I love it. You guys are awesome. This warms the cold, dark cockles of my heart.
And thanks, Jody. I'm surprised anybody watched it, although people seem to like it because I'm not yabbing away and doing all my stupid singing and stuff in it. But yeah, it was something to put up because I didn't want to release a normal video today with the holiday weekend. They tend to do pretty bad. So that was the one I tossed up, so there was something.
Yes, that video was the best because Dewey wasn't talking throughout it.
My luck is it'll be the one that will blow up. It was sort of like the same one where I cooked dinner in a video about a month ago, and I was really worried that was going to be the one that took off because I'm like, great, now I'm going to have to become a cooking channel. That's going to be my shtick.
Cooking with Dewey. I can see it now.
Well, we'd go Dewey Cooks, right?
Dewey Cooks. I like it. Dewey Rides, Dewey Cooks. There's some other channels you can do in there too, right? Dewey works on his bikes.
Well,
yeah, no singing.
Yeah, hopefully Dewey doesn't work on his bikes too much. I try to keep him in good shape.
Jody says, Road Reality, put up a video where you don't talk. It's not possible. It is not possible at all. I go out for a ride and I'm like, so look, let me get my helmet. You can see right here that, and let me go solo real quick so you can see it. So you can see the mic cord dangles right here, and I can tuck the cord underneath the gaffer's tape with the end there. But I don't do this because I'm afraid of getting gunk on the end of the mic cord, and nobody needs that because that might ruin my good recording. So I just put the camera up there and go for a ride. And you know what? It's like, I'm not going to record today. I'm not going to record. Maybe I'll run a test. And then next thing you know, I've got a 25-minute video.
And he'll whip it out in no time. He texts me all the time. He's like, I just recorded a 45-minute vlog. It's like, I've got it done and edited 38 minutes into it.
Oh yeah. It gets fast if you've practiced, and I'm closing in on like 400 videos. So, I got lots of practice. Hey, Mr. McStash is in the chat. Look at that.
Gosh.
Misplaced Moto Vloggers on. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Frank.
Oh my goodness. It's going to be, I've never run one of these before. It's going to be hard to keep up with the chat. Look at this. This is crazy. And I see, hi, Jason. Oh, yeah. Mr. McStash. Absolutely. It's funny. You try to keep track of people's real names and their stage names, and it's difficult. It really is. But Merry Christmas, everybody. This is great. Cheers to a happy holiday. Johnny Blue is good, by the way. See you later, Mr. GS48. He's my resident heckler. He's always posting funny comments on my videos.
I thought Samantha Barton was your heckler.
She changed her name. It's now Lacey something. Oh, what is her name now? Lisa Daly. Yeah, Lisa Daly. Yeah, she changed her name to protect the not so innocent. Hey, Phil Block. That's Das Uberstinker from Walton PA's Discord. Welcome. Oh, this is great. You guys are awesome. Phyllis. So what's on the horizon, Dewey? What do we got to look forward to from you in January?
In January, well, you've actually gotten to see the video that's coming out, which I think is one of my best. So that's an exciting one. And that'll be the last one. I did your intro on that one, didn't I? Didn't I tell you how to edit that? I don't think so. It's the one with all the speed ramping in it.
Oh yeah, good times.
Yeah.
I taught Dewey some tricks, I think.
So I have that one. Coming out. And that's the last one in this trip series. And then I'm doing a Crater Lake video. Maybe if it turns out the footage is amazing, but like always, I had GoPro audio problems. So I've got to figure out how to make a video out of that, but I want to share it. And then I have a trip through California that I did, and those videos are coming out. And then I've got to be a little cagey with what I'm doing next, but there's stuff coming.
Keep some of that secret stuff close to the vest, I dig it. I tell everybody all my secrets. I find it easier just to share what I've learned. And I don't really ride anywhere special like you do. So there's that.
Well, I try to ride to place special. I try to make everyone something interesting to see somewhere new. But, it gets the more you do around close to you, the farther and farther I have to ride to find some of the hidden gems or to show stuff interesting. So
we don't have to. We don't have any hidden gems around here. I have to make up for it with my attitude and personality.
And coffee.
Oh yeah, need lots of coffee. Look, it's caffeine and nicotine to wake up, and then alcohol and nicotine to go to sleep. It's a regimen. And Jason there, Mr. McStash, says he's really close on giving up GoPro. And oh wait, I can do this. Hold on. Hey, there it is. I'm figuring this stuff out. So Mr. McStash is going to go Insta360 for all his stuff. Jason, tell us about that. What's going on? Why are you upset at GoPro? Well, he'll tell us in the side chat. We'll get back to that in a minute. I really don't know how any of this works. I usually just show up and crap all over everybody else's live streams. But we got Jarvis Biker in the chat. This is great. Hi, everyone. I'm going to open it up now to questions. Anybody got a question about me? Yeah. Black Phoenix Entertainment. You all know how I feel about GoPro. Yeah. And don't you record with Asina, Ryan? He's funny.
The GoPros are love it and hate it because they do what they do when they want to do it. But when they work, they do a good job.
I tell you what, after that crap show I had last weekend, I certainly fixed it. When I downgraded the firmware, everything's working like aces now.
I should go check what version. I might see if I can go back as far as you did. I don't know if I'm on 1.4 or not.
You saved the backups, right?
Of course not. Who would
Yeah,
save their
so
backups? Because GoPro should have their firmware tested thoroughly and gone through a lot of use cases and know what their backup process is and their recovery process, even if you delete those.
they
They're a
don't
big
even have
company.
any. They don't even have any motovloggers on staff. They should hire you and me to do their testing.
No, I don't need to test anymore. I'm past that in my career.
Hey, here's Ryan's comment. Cena has an integrated mic. He's never had an issue with it. That's awesome. That's awesome. But I don't like the stability on there. That's the problem I have. I got used to the Max Lens mod here, and I run it on my 9 and 10 all the time, and it just gives me excellent footage every time.
And Uber stinker. I say you ask them anyway whether they're G rated or R rated.
What did I miss? I gotta catch up in
He
the
said
side
there's
chat.
he has several questions. None of them are G rated.
Oh, there it is. Gotcha. Right. Yeah. Don't ask the R-rated ones. We are an uncensored setup tonight, but I don't know. I don't know how any of this works, and this is where I'm at. So yeah, Jarvis Spiker says DaVinci takes out the unstable footage. That's interesting. I've played around a lot with the stability or stabilization in DaVinci Resolve, and you get some good effects, but you actually get what a lot of the pro cameras show, where there's a background wobble when it locks on target.
Yeah, it depends on how much motion though, and which there's 3 or 4 different stabilization options in the drop down if you go to stabilize.
Yes, there are. You can lock the camera, and there's translation and some other stuff.
So sometimes it's not quite as bad. Although I'm good to it's good to hear that he's had good luck with the 360 and stabilizing in Resolve. When I first got my Insta360, if I didn't do the export from within the 360 Studio with their flow state stabilization, I couldn't get it to stabilize at all. It was all over the place. So we might have to get some tricks on how you do that, because I couldn't get it to stabilize for anything if I just exported a 360 file and pulled it into Resolve.
Yeah, that was the biggest reason I picked the GoPro Max over the Insta360 cameras, was because the Max has in-camera stabilization. And I used to have it over here. It's on another desk, but it does everything in camera, and then when you export, it's already stabilized and everything else, so you're just ready to go. Hey, look, we did 5 seconds of silence. Look at that. Yeah. That's more silence than I ever have, even when riding by myself with no cameras. This is great. This is great. And we got 12 people watching. This is crazy. Hey, Dewey, you ready to open it up to other people?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. I'm posting a link in the chat. Anybody who wants to be on screen, bring your ugly mug on in. Or if you're purple on 3, your pretty mug. Hey,
Jody
Spirit Cowboy, what's up, buddy? Merry Christmas.
Jody would really class this joint up. We wouldn't just be us two rambling around.
Oh yeah, she'd bring the class and all the genteel nice stuff. She's always such a nice person and happy and all that stuff. I gotta hide that. That's why I cut most of my footage, because it's me cursing at the camera. I got a question for you, Dewey.
Yep.
So if you go ride and record, how much of it makes it into the final video?
Oh, it really depends. Actually, quite a bit now, especially when I'm traveling and riding all day. I kind of know that my battery limits are there and I only have so much SD card space. So a lot of times I turn it on, I do my talking bit for something interesting, and then I just turn it on for a minute, 2 minutes when I'm getting to good, interesting scenic areas, or I see something interesting, and then I turn it back off. And so when I come back, what I end up with is, when I edit a video, is I'll have like 25 multicam clips for that video, but they're all 2 or 3 minutes, other than maybe 1 or 2 of them where I do the talking parts. And then so I just kind of break out the talking bits that I want to keep and put the other stuff into the music montage that I like so much.
Oh yeah, Dewey's got some classic techniques for that montage. It's great. Always editing to the music, picks the right tracks. It's just great.
Yeah, I don't want to tell people, but I spend more time listening to and picking the music for any given video than I actually spend editing it. I spend a lot of time trying to find music that I can use legally and do all that and try to figure out a song that I want for that particular video.
I know we've gone back and forth on some tracks. I do the opposite though. I go and use the same 5 tracks over and over and over.
I was going to joke that you go watch my latest video and just copy and paste the credits.
I do. I just go in, I grab the track name, and I go to wherever you got it from, and I'm like, download, boop, give me that, I'll take it. And then I'm like, yes, now let me wear it out before Dewey can put out another video.
Yeah,
I think I put out like 10 times as many videos as you do.
Yeah, my video that I send you to check if it's edited well is coming out in 3 months, and you'll have 7 videos with that same music track in it by then.
Yeah, Retrograde comes to mind.
Yeah, I think you held off until I got to use that in a video before you used it.
I did, but it was hard. I was like, come on, Dewey, post the damn video. I got stuff to publish. Good times. Yeah, using copyright-free music is very important, especially if you ever plan to get monetized. You don't have to go back and like re-edit all your videos.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I think if I got flagged, as long as it wasn't a takedown flag, even if I got monetized, I would just, on that video, let them have their revenue and leave it as is, because trying to edit it in the YouTube editor is such a mess.
It wouldn't be worth it. I can't look. I've used the YouTube editor like twice to just blur something out real quick, and it's such a pain in the butt. But we got a comment from PSP Tommy G wants me to take my pants off. It's a family show, Tommy. It's a family show. Oh, and I'm not wearing. You know what,
Tommy? I'll send you a link to a video where he does that.
You know what? It's 51 degrees here in the porch. If it gets down to 49, I might have to like turn my camera off and put my Bond Winter Armor riding pants on, because those things they're worth their weight in gold. I tell you what.
And there's Patrick in here. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. Moto Ramblings, my buddy. What's happening? I wonder if he brought all 3 of the triplets.
I hope that he is defrosted from his work day with that weather he's having down there.
Oh yeah. It seems like almost all of the eastern seaboard is just inundated with ice and snow.
It's everywhere, man. We have it here on the West Coast. The East Coast has it. It was Colorado was, and Denver was like -6 or something today. It was everywhere.
It was ridiculous. We got snow for like 10 minutes this morning, and that was it. It didn't stick. It was 45 degrees, and then an hour later, it was 25 degrees, and everything flash froze.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything. It's sleet and freezing rain and all sorts of slick mess. Pretty much the winter trifecta, I guess.
Oh yeah. Hey, we got real royalty here in the side chat. Jason Yadlovsky, one of my favorite DaVinci Resolve YouTube tutorialists. I think I just made up that term. He's in the side chat. It's over there. It's awesome. Hey, what's up, my man Jason? This guy, so Jason has helped me with a number of Resolve things, and he's got a ton of great videos. So if you get bored of watching my tutorials and you want real information, go over to Jason Yadlovsky on YouTube, and he will set you up with a crash course on Resolve and all the audio stuff you could ever hope for. Thank you so much, Jason. You're awesome.
And doing the audio stuff, that's where the real magic is. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to go watch through some of your stuff, Jason.
Oh yeah, he was at ResolveCon a couple of months ago. Had a good time. Did some videos, and he had a couple of seminars he put on. So that was awesome. I was watching some of that stuff. Yeah, as a hobbyist, you got to lean on the people that do this professionally, right? And then eventually you get a little better at it, and maybe you can start teaching people, which is the trap I fell into. Thank you so much, Jason. Look at this. I keep forgetting I can do this. I've never done a live stream, so it's, I'm new here. Hey, I'm new here. I'm over here now. Yeah, there's Jason. I hope you're wearing a hat tonight, Jason. Yep, made a bald joke. Certainly did. Sorry. I'll see myself out. So, Who else wants to join the chat? Anybody want to come in? I'll post the link again. Get somebody else on screen here. Dewey's not keeping up his end of the bargain.
I know. So what do you have planned for next year, John?
Oh my goodness. I've got videos coming out. I got 3 coming out next week. Usual vlog stuff. I've got some good color grading tutorials. So if you want to take your GoPro to the next level, I do have it recorded, edited, uploaded, ready to publish, but I ran out of steam. So, ran out of days to publish. So I'm going to wait till next week. I'll probably publish that one. And then I've got some DaVinci Resolve tutorials that some people have asked about. So I've got those. And then I've got a bunch of vlogs from September, October, and November that I need to finish editing and put up. So probably about 25, 30 videos total. And usual roads and just, everyday stuff. And I'm not using it to live stream tonight, but the ZV-1 is here. And I've been testing the crap out of it. So I've got some use cases for it and some color grading and lots of fun stuff going on with that as well. So lots of fun. I gotta say, I wish I bought one of these like 2 years ago. Like I love the 9 and 10, the GoPro for my regular vlogging, but having this bad boy in my tour pack just absolutely is a game changer for those quick roadside, like, hey, let me vlog for a minute, because it's so much easier than the phone and the quality is chef's kiss.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you do with that, because I know for a fact that you have a destination video that you haven't published.
Oh, I do. And I keep trying to find a day to premiere that one when more than 3 people can watch it, when it goes live. So I'm working on the scheduling for that one. That was the one I posted the thumbnail on Instagram, the 14-hour edit. That was just absolutely disgusting. It was like 4 days of I'm not watching anybody else's stuff, and I'm just going to knock this one out. And Eric is here with us. Eric,
Mr.
Southern Virginia. What's happening? How you doing down there, bud? If anybody wants to come on, I bet Eric's got a laptop. We'll post it again. Why not? I don't know if there's a way to make that sticky, but I will let anybody on that wants to show up because I still have the power to kick them off.
Surprise Jamie if
there he is.
Hasn't popped in.
Hey, Black Phoenix Entertainment, Ryan.
Hey, Ryan.
Hey, you found me. Let me tell you something, brother.
Yes, the wrestling promo. Here he goes. He's on.
Oh, a cup of coffee in the big time, brother. Now you're up to 1,500 subs, so you got it.
Thank you so much, bud. You're at what, 1.7, 1.8 now?
It's 1.68. It's one of those weird numbers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it keeps fluttering and YouTube does its thing, but that's pretty much where I'm at.
Oh yeah, it's a constant up and down these days. Eric's cold and sipping antifreeze. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
That's what I'm calling this from now on is antifreeze.
Phil knows what's going on. Yeah, don't drink the antifreeze, Eric. That's bad for you.
Get ready for that. Yeah, so apparently that getting some traction, huh?
Oh yeah. Did you get any new subs off of that?
No, I got a lot of views and some view time on it though, but I haven't like I said, the sub count keeps going up and down, so who knows? It could be people leaving and then people coming. So
for every person who likes her the unsubbed, you found somebody who didn't that subbed.
That's right.
You gotta find your audience. Hey, speaking of my audience, Ty from Tennessee, my man. How you doing, bud? Oh, I love it.
There's a guy who makes there's some video cred right there.
He went to the Casey Neistat School of Vlogging. Didn't Ty?
He can give you some tips on using that new Sony of yours.
You know what? Isn't he Ty answering a side chat? Aren't you running like an EOS M50 or something, or one of those $2,000 cameras? I don't think he's done it. I don't think he's done any camera reviews on his channel. He tends to stick to like motorcycles, like that's a popular thing. Oh yeah, yep. Ty, he took the Casey Neistat masterclass. Yeah, I should do that, but I'm cheap and lazy, so I just watch Ty's videos and take notes. Ryan, hey, you had a surgery a few weeks ago. How you feeling?
I am doing better. So I'm probably about 3.5 weeks out from it and moving around a lot better, doing stuff. I did a little stretching today just to kind of see where my body's at. And I pretty much reached my limit and I'm like, okay, I'm going to hold off and just rest another week. So they said 4 to 6 weeks. So now I'm about 3.5 weeks out. I'm still kind of in the healing phase. So I really shouldn't be pushing myself, but I'm finding it really hard to be lazy.
Wow.
You know, like
I
just
don't
to
have
be
that problem.
like to sit around and just be like, oh, I got to do something, you know, and watching everyone else do stuff for me because I can't lift anything. So
That's my favorite part of having children. Hey, carry this thing for me.
Oh yeah.
Except mine are young, so
getting Mini Phoenix to do something is like a 5-minute ordeal in itself. So it's like, just go. I gotta like force him to do it.
They're a teenager. My kids, I just threaten to take away their Lego or the Nintendo Switch, and they're like, "All right, Dad, I'll get on it." So Ty did say he uses a Sony ZV-1. So Ty, I'll be hitting you up for some help with this thing. It's quite complicated for a point and shoot camera. It certainly has a lot of features in it. And then Motorcycle had a really good comment about losing subs and looking at it from every angle. Motorcycle, by the way, I think he's either at or just about to hit 10,000 subscribers. So good job, buddy. Good job. He's crushing it.
He's got a really good channel, and he makes a huge point. And I've said that every year. Everyone freaks out this time of year. I'm like, don't. It's absolutely normal for YouTube.
Everybody gets busy. Everybody does their thing.
Right. And this is my downtime anyways. I can't ride in this weather anyway. So I shut my channel down, one video a week, just kind of take it easy off of social media and just get back going in the spring.
Oh, geez. I'm over here like, let me release 5 videos this week and see what happens. I treat everything like an experiment. So it's like whatever happens, happens. And, you know, it's funny. I got comments from Moto Mengi recently, and apparently he was trying to go through the back catalog and catch up. So some people will do that. You know, if your channel's entertaining enough, people will enjoy all the videos and they'll just catch up when they want to, which is pretty cool.
Christopher Lawson's doing that with me now. He's just back in my van videos from the summer.
Oh, nice.
I saw a comment. I'm like, that's a weird video. I didn't put that out. Oh, it's from like 6 months ago. So, but that's cool though. Yeah. And I'm still getting a bunch of views. I do vaguely look at like, they give you like the last 28 days or something of like the views. And some of my spider videos are still in that every single month. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Yeah, you've got the Riker now. Do you still have the Spider?
No, I finally sold that. So some guy finally picked that up, but that was an absolute hassle trying to sell that.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I have every one of my motorcycles I've ever bought except the Vaquero, which I traded in at the Harley dealer because I wasn't dealing with any kind of selling privately or whatever.
Yeah, and it was really basically I didn't have a place for it. Like it would have just sat out somewhere. It would have like sat out in like the weather covered. I'm like, that's not good for it. So like if I had a garage or some other place, I probably would have just ended up keeping it.
That's what my that's what my KZ's doing. It's sitting under 2 ripped covers, but they're ripped in different spots, so it's solid coverage. And PSP Tommy G has a question for you, Dewey.
I was just answering in the chat. No, not a lot of nibbles with 1/2 inch of ice on the roads. So it's still for sale.
I'm surprised. What, they can't ride it through 1/2 inch ice to the Starbucks?
I know, right? I would have brought them Starbucks if they bought it, just to welcome to the BMW Owners Society.
And reminder, Dewey, you're on screen. You don't have to answer in the side chat.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to interrupt you guys, so I've been having some side conversations as well.
Oh, pish posh. Hey, Ty's doing my favorite thing. He's taking a few weeks off. I love it. Yeah. Ty, it's great. The only time I take off is when I'm sick.
Yeah, like I said before, like winter is my time off, and I'm usually far behind in trends and stuff like that. And I saw that video, and it absolutely enraged me. I'm like, I have to film something. Oh. so that's what sparked that whole thing.
I watched it. I'm pretty sure she has said several times that she wasn't going to make that kind of video again.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's not. And just to clarify, it's not like a one-time thing with her, or like. And there's a couple other channels that kind of do the same thing that trend it, and that's what pisses me off. It's like, all right, you've done this before. You've done the whole loop and begging, whole crying thing. It's like, just stop. Like, we're done with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not looking to badmouth anybody and call anybody out here, so we're not going to do that. But it is kind of bad form to come on this platform and complain about it. You know, it's funny. I watched that video last week, and then I recorded like 3 videos where I'm like super upbeat and happy to be out YouTubing and all that. You know, I'm like, you know what? To hell with that. That kind of attitude has no place here. You know, the world has just about as much negativity as it can stand. So why bring more into it? Just bring the positive stuff, cut the fluff, cut the negative crap, and just, you know, bring people with you along for the ride and have a good time. That's what it's for.
Right, exactly.
Oh, Alabama, sweet home Alabama.
And I'm going to let somebody else answer Purple on Three's question. Who is she?
Yeah, and again, it's not a personal thing. It's just like just stop. You know, just like you said with the platform. It's like that's not what it's for. So.
Yeah, you know what? Since so many people asked, it's her 2 wheels, and she put out a video where she was talking about how her views and sub counts, she's not getting the growth she wants, and she was lamenting this, even though she has chosen it for her full-time job. And this time of year is slow on YouTube, so you get more live chats, and you know people put out less content because they're not riding, and we all get that. But she put out a "Woe is me" video, and it's like the 14th one, so we sort of said, that's not so cool.
Right. Yeah, and that's the general consensus, and it's just like, and you notice, like guys like us, like we don't put out videos like that. You know, we don't need to. Hey, it's Jarvis Biker.
Look who we got.
Jarvis.
What's up, buddy?
Who is this strange man? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
I can hear you.
Yes, we're waiting for the guitar solo.
I was going to give, we should give them a shameless plug. I have been, since I found you guys when I think it was Eddie was on your guys' live stream. The Canadian guys' live streams are fantastic. You guys do a great job with those.
Thank you.
Where are you out
Okay.
of, Jarvis?
What was that again?
Where are you out of? What's your locale?
Strangely enough, it's Jarvis, Ontario, Canada.
Okay. See, I'm not familiar, and I'm geographically
It's
challenged.
a little town right next to a whole lot of cornfields, and then Lake Erie.
Lake Erie. Hey, that,
So
okay.
we're basically right across the lake from Erie, Pennsylvania.
okay. Yeah, I've been to Lake Erie. Beautiful
So we're
spot.
about an
I've
hour
been
and
there
a
too.
half from Buffalo, and we're about 3.5 from Detroit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's cold up there, right?
We're getting one hell of a storm right now. That one that went up through the mid states yesterday is hitting us hard today. We couldn't even see out the end of our driveway this morning.
Wow. That's crazy.
I haven't even gone out with the snowblower yet. I'm just gonna wait till tomorrow morning, and hopefully it'll be settled down by then. So
Do you have a 3-stage snow thrower?
I got like a full
Yeah, I have a 2-stage snow thrower. I
They're
don't call it
okay,
snow
and
blower
the
'cause
snow
that's a
would be
big
fine
battle.
for that one. You'd be able to. It's real light, but it's just blowing like crazy. You can't even see the street lights when it's blowing hard.
Oh, yeah. We don't
It's
get the
hard.
light snow here. We get the heavy wet stuff that turns into ice.
Yeah.
And the plow comes along and dumps like 3 feet at the end of my driveway, and my snow thrower just tries to drive up it instead of cutting through it. 'cause
You're
I'm
farther
on the
west
third
than it.
stage.
Whereabouts are you?
I'm in Maryland, so just north of Washington D.C.
Yeah.
in the
Okay.
United States of America.
So you're like straight down from us.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
southeast, I think.
Yeah.
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 Because it's like 6 hours to Lake Erie for me.
Right.
And look at
Good.
this. We're building the community one subscription at a time, folks. Over in the side chat, we've got Ty subscribing to U Motorcycles. So how cool is that? I love this. This is great.
Mhm.
That's
Oh my
that's a
goodness.
good match right there. They both put a lot of
Yeah.
effort into the fit and finish of their videos, a lot more than some of us do.
It's
Yeah.
strange, like our little talk show that we do. There's Superman Kev 2001 and Harley's Diners Rides. So Dave and Kev, they both we take turns, the three of us doing the show, and it's amazing how many people we've connected with joining the 3 channels together for a night every week. We seem to pick up from everybody's, and it's fun. It's like I met Purple on 3 and Tommy G and McStash and all through YouTube, all through all of this, and it's last summer was fun. We had a lot of fun. We finally got to travel because of the mess they made of our lives for the last 2 or 3. So now we've been able to get out and meet everybody. So Spider Wayne, I went for a ride with him. Like, I've been all over the place this summer.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm on the West Coast, but I have a lot of friends in BC, and the rules through all of that and trying to get back and forth across the border was just such a mess. It was too bad for them to miss all the stuff. Even when the US was open again, trying to go back and forth between Canada was such a pain with that app they had on your phone that didn't work half the time. And
stand up, Dewey. Stand up. Show your Christmas cheer.
I gotta get on the.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. I find your lack of Christmas cheer disturbing.
We got a moose.
Man, hey, look, I'd love to have some Christmas decor out here, but I think it would freeze. Yep, we're down to 50. It's 50 degrees right here.
Yeah.
Hey, John and John.
Yeah, that's crazy. A weekly live stream? I don't know about that.
That's a lot of commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a commitment phobe, man. I've only been married for like 12 years, so
some of us are 40 and still single, so we are definitely afraid of commitment.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if I have that much effort in me. I'm usually editing by now, I got to get those 17 videos a week out.
People are talking about
are you talking about the white part of the sweater going with my beard, Tommy?
Tommy's going to answer. So John and Dewey have commitment issues. Yeah, we do. And look at this. Smearing a cowboy. I hope he was working on his spider. Hopefully not the plastics. They'd crack.
Yeah, it's not even worth it at that point.
Yeah, so we got a Spider rider down here with Ryan, and then we've got a BMW and Suzuki rider there. I'm a Harley and Kawasaki guy. Jarvis, remind everybody what you ride.
So I got a 2021 Road Glide Limited.
Oh, that's it. Remove from stream. Where's the button?
That's a geezer glide. Hello. Is that it?
Is that what street glides guys say when they're jealous?
So I bought that bike.
Shots fired.
I bought that bike in the end of July of 2021, and I've got 30,000 miles on it. Miles, not kilometers already.
Oh, you got me beat, bud.
32.
I'm at just under 21 on my 2019 Street Glide Special. I blame my small children.
Yes. Anchors. That's what you call those.
Yeah, they're anchors. Them and the dogs. But like I constantly tell my wife, we got 2 parents, 2 kids, 2 bikes, and when the dogs are gone, we can go on road trips on our bikes and take the kids with us.
Yeah.
Yep, and motorcycle Den. He's got the Road Glide Limited. They're great bikes. I just I rode the Road Glide Special one time, and I just didn't care for it as much as the fixed fairing, so I didn't buy it. I found it was clumsy to handle, which is counterintuitive, right? I'm probably wrong, but hey, I
don't think there's really, like, the bikes themselves. I mean, if you took the fairings off, they'd be exactly the same. There's nothing really different. I mean, I think you can get into where, like, mine's got a 13-inch shock on the back. I think they're 12 and a half or 12s on the other ones, like like
my bike. My bike has a 12-inch shock.
Yeah, so mine's a 13 stock. So they sit a little higher. I think that's about the only difference. So somebody that's a little short in the leg might not like that bike of mine because it's a taller bike, but then I'm a taller, like, I'm 6 foot, but I got a long leg. So I'm okay on it, right? I'm flat footed all the time. So it's comfortable. It's a comfortable bike for me. And I came from, number one, I had a 2012 Kawasaki Concord 1400.
Oh,
And
beautiful bike. Beautiful
oh,
bike.
I to this day I regret getting rid of it. But the other thing that I saved by getting rid of it was I kept my driver's license.
Yes,
Because
they're fast.
it crazy fast, and it was just, you couldn't help yourself cranking the throttle. Like you'd be out on one of the big, the big 400 highways here and interstate in your neck of the woods, but like a big 6-laner highway, and you got to crank it, and then Audi goes by and you got to go tease them, right? So but I had that, and I had an 05 1800 Goldwing. And the reason I bought the Goldwing originally was my wife was having trouble on the back of the Concord. Just the riding position was getting harder for her to handle for long distance, right? So I thought, well, I don't really want to get rid of the Concord, but so I went around and I found an 05 Goldwing that was in reasonably good shape, and I worked on it, cleaned, detailed it up, and made it look pretty damn sharp. Like, and we rode that. I had 42,000 miles. It was an American bike. I ended up with over almost 130 on it when I got rid of it. I traded them both on the Harley.
Wow. Look at that. A Kawasaki and a Honda traded in on a Harley. That's right. Stuff it. Don't even say it, Dewey. I know you're thinking it.
No, there was a reason. I was always worried when we were on a really long trip. I had a 2005 touring bike and liquid cooled, and it was those 1800 Goldwings. They have a little bit of a flaw, and you only see it when you're in traffic, and you get in a real traffic jam, they'll overheat. And I got caught a couple of times where basically I had to jump up on the shoulder of the interstate and run along beside the cars, and everybody giving me the finger and blowing their horn and everything. But the reason I did it was because I had to get over 22 miles per hour for the fans to shut off, because the flaw is when you're sitting at under 22 miles an hour, the fans blow out the front of they blow the hot air away from you. But when you go over 2200, the fans shut off and the air just blows through the rads in the other direction.
Huh.
So you get into this airlock thing when you're in bumper to bumper traffic, and they'll overheat. They'll boil over. You can destroy them just sitting there. And I didn't want to put up with that anymore, and I went to look at the new Goldwings, and I didn't like what I saw, and I went next door to the Harley dealer and I bought a Road Glide, and we love it. And either the Goldwing or the Harley, they're both exactly the same for comfort. I mean, the Goldwing may be a little bit softer, but not really. I don't see any difference. But there's a whole lot of nostalgia, and there's a whole lot of coolness with the Harley that the Goldwing just doesn't have. And
it's always comes down
Harley lifestyle is the other thing, right? Like, it's just the people and that I've met, the other Harley riders and the brotherhood, and it's just different. It's way different, and it's way better. So
I think I signed on for the Harley because of the looks. I always told people I didn't buy a Street Glide because I wanted a Harley. I bought a Harley because I wanted a Street Glide. Because I had the Vaquero before it, and the Vaquero was a great bike. It had a very similar flaw to the Goldwing. It never actually overheated, but it always ran hot. And sitting in traffic, it cooked you. Now I'm sitting on top of a 114 air-cooled, and I've ridden that thing at 105 air temp with a feels like of like 115, and I got stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic, and it never overheated, and it never overcooked me. It was kind of crazy.
And like if you
John, I think Adrian
wants to
the
catalytic,
drop the link.
If you chop the catalytic and like gut it, that'll take away most of the heat that you're feeling on your legs and that.
Yeah, we
That's
did
what
that
I've
with the
heard.
spiders too. Taking the cats out will stop all that.
Like it's
air from coming in.
incredible the amount of heat. Now I've gone stage 1 with mine. I put the breather on and exhaust, just the slip-ons, and I will gut the cat, but it's still under warranty. I won't do it until it's done its warranty. So
I don't blame you. I really don't. The
But
problem I have with doing a stage 1 or a stage 2 on my bike, besides the fact that I'd probably end up road pizza, is the noise, because I'm hard of hearing and I do everything I can to protect it. So I keep the stock exhaust. So
Yeah.
I need something that's the same level of quiet, even after gutting the cats or whatever. So I haven't done it. And you know what's funny is I've got the 114, and a buddy of mine's got I think a 2018 Road Glide Ultra or whatever they called it that year, and his 107 actually cooks him more than my 114 does.
yeah, they do run a little bit nicer, the 14s.
Yeah, absolutely. And Phil
Yeah.
over there says
all that. Like
rear-
I know guys that got the 107s, and they're sitting there, and the horns like this on the side of the engine. It's going like that. Mine doesn't even move.
Oh yeah, it's a rubber mounted horn. Didn't you know?
Yeah, they all are. 114's a hell of a lot steadier engine than and that was the reason. I'd never gone to Harley before, and I was waiting for something, and then they come up with the Milwaukee 8, and I was like, okay, and I started watching them, and then they came up with the 114, and I had a look at them, and I was like, okay, all right, I'm due.
Dude, the 114 is awesome. I never actually rode a 107, but back in 15 and 16, I rode the 103. So on the 15 and 16 Street Glide specials, and I thought it was all right. It was okay. And then my wife and I, when we went to the Harley dealer, I was looking at a used 16 in 2019, but it had rust on the back of the front fender, like it had hit the back of a Condor wheel chock or something, and it dinged the paint like this big, and it started rusting. I was like, I'm not a huge fan of that, and I don't really care for the tribal motif paint job. Wasn't my style. So she goes, well, there's that blue one in the showroom. You should go test ride that one. And I was like, yeah, let me go test ride that. And she's like, it's more expensive, isn't it? I was like, yeah, by about 10 grand. She goes, well, we're here. And then I ended up buying that Street Glide. Yeah. It had all the Kahuna collection on it, and it had the quick detach rear, whatever, for the tour pack or a sissy bar. Came with a sissy bar. And then I was like, dude, it's already set up. And I've got I forget, I call it a twin cool, but it's whatever the fan is behind the rear cylinder. They already had that installed with the mid-frame deflectors. So I stay pretty darn comfortable no matter the temperature on that bike.
Yeah.
It's just a wonderful thing. Anybody that was watching the channel earlier this week saw it was 28 degrees out. You see my breath in the video, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. I'm comfortable now. This is great.
Yeah.
I love it. And I got to thank Jody. There's a comment from Jody, Purple on 3. So real quick, I'm gonna plug Jody because she had her 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Thank you, Jody. I won. I could just about see all the fun drain out of her face when she had to say the words road reality. And I won. I got the Bond AirTech shirt, and then Bond saw the review video I did just off the cuff on that, and they were like, this is great. What do you wear in the winter? And I was like, jeans. They're like, not anymore. And they sent me those pants, and I was like, hell yeah. I tried them out. I was like, there's no way this much spandex, where is it? This much spandex and a little bit of armor is going to make me warmer. And then I tell you what, I can't ride under 50 without those pants on now. They're just absolutely cheers to Bond, because they added an extra like 20 riding days to my season.
You're going to have to buy a pair of summer ones now to wear under your pants in the summer to keep you cool.
Yes. I am currently in talks with Bond about that.
I thought you were going to say you talked with your wife about that.
No, I don't talk to her about anything. Are you kidding me?
I thought anytime you bought anything, doesn't she have to okay your purchases?
Well, that's why he's talking to Bond first.
Who said it would be a purchase? And no.
Right.
Hey, look, anything under an unspecified amount of money doesn't have to be run through Swimbo, she who must be obeyed.
Oh,
No.
So back to your buying that bike story. I got my Road Glide story is kind of similar, where she'd come to watch and sit on the bike and take a look at it. And I put her up on the seat and left her in the showroom for about a half an hour and let her stay on the bike and give her opinion of it. And it ended up, we came back the next day, but the guy had said to me, he says, how are you gonna pay for this? And I said, well, I'll bring you a banknote for the whole thing. And she said, the wife peeks her head in the door, is listening to the conversation. She goes, no. She says, we'll bring 2. And I said, why are we bringing 2? She says, because I'm paying half. And I went, oh, okay, let's do that. So that's my buying a Harley story. I ended up only having to pay for half of it. So it was a good deal. And where the hell have you gone?
Hey, we're all here. Hey, look, you were talking. You were doing.
There's a little bit of panic there for a minute. Everybody left me.
No, look. This. Let's remind everybody. This is my first live stream that I'm actually running. So
Oh, okay.
I'm playing around with all the features and stuff, and
Yeah.
I can change things like this. It's the Brady Bunch.
I need to go get a beer.
Oh yeah, hi.
Yeah, Joey's good.
No.
So when you want to get real fancy, get yourself a Stream Deck.
Oh yeah, with
So that
all
you
the
can-
buttons, right?
Yeah, it'll help you out a little bit, make it a little bit smoother for you.
Yeah, well, it's one thing at a time. I mean, I just bought an
Yep.
expensive camera, expensive for me, so I got to save up my pennies and then get my wife to approve the purchase. So along the same lines, Jarvis, I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but people don't go in the back catalog, so they haven't seen it. But when I went to buy my Street Glide, I got back from the ride, and I'm going to go solo for this. So I get back from the ride.
If you haven't already gone.
Yeah, and I see that, my wife's standing there, and she says, "How was the ride?" And I just got this poop-eating grin on my face, and she's like, "Good, huh?" And I was like, "Yeah, I need a smoke." And she's like, "What for?" And I was like, like after good sex. And she just shrugged, like, "Huh?" I was like, "Honey, we have 2 kids." And then she went back in, and see you later, Patrick. She went in with me, and she's like, "So just buy the bike." And I'm like, "Well, we have to negotiate." She goes, "Why?" And I was like, "Because it's a big purchase." And she says, No. You've wanted this thing for years. Just go buy the damn thing, whatever it costs. I was like, "All right." So we go in, and she puts down 10 grand on it. And when the first bill came from Harley Financial, she just cut me a check for the payoff. She goes, "Now you owe me." I was like, "Oh shit, here we go." But hey, my wife bought my Harley. She paid for the whole thing, Jarvis.
I think there's a
And
joke about
Phil
good
is
sex and
now
being
my
owed at
heckler.
some point.
Yeah.
What's that, Dewey?
I said I think there's a joke about good sex and her being owed at some point.
Yeah, she might be owed. She's owed for the rest of her life. Are you kidding me? She funds this entire operation. Like, my wife is the breadwinner, and she takes the most care of the kids in the house. I pay the bills and buy Harley parts and, cameras. That's my job. I keep her happy in other ways. Mostly it's my good looks. Did I mention she's blind? I tried to get her on the stream tonight. She's like, "I want nothing to do with this."
Oh, that would be great. No, she's got to come.
Well, I will message her and tell her she should join.
Just for like 2 minutes. That would be hilarious.
You usually hear my wife in the background of ours because there's usually a Maple Leaf game on, and she's usually screaming at the top of her lungs in the next room. So,
Well,
little
mine
bit
is
of
already
hockey fan.
sleeping, so that's a no.
Oh, yeah. Tired her out from that weekend last week, huh?
That was a very interesting, fun weekend with the BPE girls. So it was me and 3 BPE girls in one hotel room at a casino. So there you go.
So how much did you lose at the tables?
I did horrible. My wife did horrible. One of our friends won a jackpot on a slot machine at 3 o'clock at 3 o'clock in the morning. So of course at that time there's not a lot of like staff or whatever. So we're sitting there with all the bells and all that stuff going off. We're like, "Hello," because you have to have service. The guy has to come to you at that point. So we literally sat there for 20 minutes waiting for someone who worked there to be like, "Hey, yeah, she hit a jackpot." So
That's too funny.
yeah, but
I once went to Dover Downs, which is over in Delaware, and I was there with a buddy of mine. We were at Ocean City for the car show week, and I showed up with like $40 to my name, and I was like, "Well, looks like it's dollar menu for me." And he's like, "Well, we got to go to the casino," and I was like, "Oh, fudge!" So we went up there. We drove like an hour north, went to the casino, and 20 minutes later, he's down like $100, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm gonna cash out and keep putting money in." I walked away 3 hours later with like $500 or $600. And I was like, "Yep,
Nice.
paid for my weekend in this. Let's go back to the hotel before I lose it all."
Yep. And that's the key. It's like you got to know, okay, I'm up this much. Now I got to stop, because that's when you get yourself in trouble.
Oh yeah. And if Tommy's still here, thank you so much for joining us. Merry Christmas to Tommy. Go he's gonna go cut wood. Oh, poor bastard. I feel for you, bud. I got a log splitter for that. And it looks like Eric's gonna drop out. Merry Christmas, Eric. Take care.
Yeah, Eric.
Maybe he's not dropping out. I don't really know. I don't know how any of this works.
Maybe he was saying that. Maybe he was saying that to Tommy. I don't know.
He might have. And it looks like Frank's dropping out too. Let's just say goodbye to everybody. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You guys are awesome. I'm so happy that so many people could join us tonight. This is like 10 people better than I could have expected.
Hey,
And
What is the count
figure it out.
anyway? I didn't see it.
we're at 17.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
That's
side-
it's
and the
pretty damn
side
good.
chat's
Side
been
chat's
moving.
yeah, it's been rolling.
Oh, this is great. You know, for a guy that just talks a lot and a bunch of BS riding along in his Harley, smoking stogies and drinking coffee, can pull a crowd. Look at this.
Minus 42. Oh, that's why
Yeah.
I don't live in Minnesota.
Yeah, it's not a
Hey.
place you want to be.
That's just a wind tunnel out there.
Okay, Frank is still here. Thank you, Frank. Frank's a pilot, everyone. Frank, I think he drives helos and does a good job of it. He sent me a picture last year of the Eagles Stadium, Lincoln Financial Field. It was great. It was awesome. It was like from his helicopter. Good times. Yes, and Phil has to point out we had 20 people. Whatever. And here's Ty. Ty should
Do a week-
schedule.
Yeah, we discussed that.
Ty, you should join in.
Come
I
on,
think
Ty.
I think if you plan like weekly or bi-weekly, I think you got to pull out one of your videos for the week, because then it starts getting too much during the week for
Have you
content.
met John?
Actually,
Post
they
6
can be a
videos a
pain in the
week.
butt.
I know. It's just, I know. That's why I mentioned it. I'm like, you got a lot going on.
Live
Thank you very
streaming
much,
can
Barry.
be a pain in the butt, especially if you're the guy that's got to run it, because you got a lot of work to do getting ready for them, and then
Right.
you got to make sure everything runs smooth.
Oh, you do? I just
Well-
popped in like 5 minutes before it started and was like, let me bring my light over and turn the
If-
camera on, and here we go.
If that's your genre, that is. But ours is, we usually have a topic and we have to have things ready to go for that. So
Well,
do you guys is it always, what is it, 8 questions or whatever that you guys have in advance? when you do them?
the other guys, they do a little rapid fire thing at the end. Once they're done whatever they got arranged, they have some rapid fire questions on stuff. So yeah.
Yeah.
Mine, I try to have videos and, information and pictures and stuff that enhance the chat. So it's not just me standing there staring at it.
Yeah, I like your format though. It keeps moving along. There's never the dead time of not knowing what you're going to do next. You just
Yeah.
go through it and you end it when you're done. You don't keep going for no reason.
But they go pretty long. Like it's filled up, but they're like an hour and a half usually. And but it's fun. But then you get home on a Monday night and you're thinking, oh, let's go out for dinner, and then you go, oh shit, can't. I gotta get ready for the show. So yeah, it
Well-
can be a little bit of a pain that way, but
I understand that. And this whole live stream came about 4 hours ago. I just had this idea, like, you know what? I hit 1,500 subs today, and I've wanted to do this for a year, Dewey.
Yeah.
And I've been waffling about it, and I was like, you know what? Let's throw caution to the wind. Let's go. Let's just do a live stream and see what happens. So
well, that's how ours started. That's how Kev just went online one day and just went live, and
Take care of
Dave
people
and
on three.
Dave and I just happened to see it, and he let the link up just like I came on with this tonight. And we both jumped on there and we filled an hour and then we said goodbye and we got off the air. We were in the green room in the back and we said, okay, well, maybe we should do this all the time. And that's how it started. It was just a happenstance that we were all online at the same time and saw it. So,
Hey,
That's pretty
if
much
it
how
works,
I
it
got
works.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Charlie,
we had a couple of get-togethers for moto vloggers in the area. Like we had artist on a Harley and her husband Pete, Harley girl, Spider Wayne. He's hooked up with us now. Craig Hainsworth. I've done a few rides with him locally because he's just over the border in Buffalo. He's about an hour and a half from me here.
That's not bad. And we've got Adrian. He's trying to join us.
It's got to get past the GoPro splash screen.
Yep. We'll give him a minute and then I'll hit remove.
Does he have audio? Yeah.
That was my problem. I came in. We've been away. We've been in Mexico.
Hey.
Every time
Oh
I
my
come back
gosh,
from.
look at that. Oh, check it out. Check it out. I
Nice.
love it. Thank you, Adrian. Oh my goodness. That is awesome. 1,500. I know it's such a dream, right? He doesn't have any audio.
I think you should make that your new channel logo.
Oh,
Okay.
that would be good. I bet YouTube would be like, nope, no more money for you. Look, I'm monetized. If I can help pay for this,
No audio.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any audio.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He's saying he doesn't have any. Yeah.
Ah, that's a bummer. Well, thanks, Adrian, for joining us. That was awesome. That was so cool.
Mhm.
Anybody that watches an hour in is going to see that.
You got to make that a short, that way you
Yeah.
can like get into the YouTube algorithm.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll take this live stream and cut it up and make like 300 shorts out of it. Put out
Right.
one every day for a year.
And then complain about it later when you don't get subs.
I don't. I'm not convinced the shorts help that much.
I don't think they do either.
I think they're two very different demographics, and all you do is confuse the demographics of who they should send your videos to.
Right.
Yeah, you're sending it to all the Gen Zers that have the attention span of a goldfish. They can't even watch a live stream. Ooh, shots fired. Shots taken.
Yeah, I'm going to mess around with it a little bit more next year because I'm going to be doing more of my random ride clips and stuff like that and just kind of see if it helps. But the ones I've been throwing up, they get views, but that's it. Like, I haven't seen a huge sub count from it.
I tried a couple, and it got a lot of views, but then I went and looked, and it was like 97% were from Indonesia, and it didn't do. It's not
Right.
really the demographic that's going to keep watching my videos over and over and over. I do them on Instagram all the time instead of doing shorts on YouTube. I do the Instagram Reels because you almost have to on Instagram to get any traction.
Oh, yeah, I have no traction on Instagram except the Lego people. They like my pics.
Yeah, I definitely need to do more with Instagram. And my TikTok's pretty much dead because I have no content to put up. So
And it's going to get banned in the U.S. soon anyway.
right, so I'm kind of waiting to see how that pans out too.
As an IT guy, I refuse to sign in or do anything on anything with the TikTok platform.
Yeah, same thing with, what is it, Vero, the Instagram competitor?
Yeah, the Vero.
Oh,
I refuse to get on them as well. As much as I wanted to, because Peter McKinnon and all those guys were pumping, I was thinking, well, if I can go post my photos and actually just post photos, that'd be cool. And then I looked into the company and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not giving them anything about me or my information.
This guy does the research. I benefit. Hey, we pay it back though, right? I paid him back. I turned him on to Clarity. And
yeah,
his life
no,
has been different.
you're hugely helpful. Like, it's one of those, if you guys don't have a YouTube friend somewhere that you can send your videos to early, send your thumbnails to, and just have somebody check them, it's huge. It's hugely valuable. I send John links to videos all the time while I'm working on editing them and going, can you check this section? Does this bother you? Was the transition too harsh, or whatever? And he gives me his feedback. It's great.
Yeah, I'm like, move that transition at 232, move it 3 frames forward, and it'll be a smoother cut. And he's like, what? And he does it. He goes, oh, yeah.
Yep.
We had this conversation the other night. He's like, John, you're the only person I know that creates YouTube videos and will adjust every cut by like 3 frames just to make it a little bit better. Put that
But,
detail work in.
Good if you've got
it-
that
it-
eye that you can see that others can't.
It works out well though, because we both have the same view on that. Like you send me stuff all the time with, looking at my picture, and I'm like, give it half a step of exposure and, drop the reds by a quarter.
Yeah, he's my color grading guru. I send him stuff. I'm testing it. I'm testing the new Sony out, and I'm like, I took 78 pictures. Let me send them to you. And he's like, John, just send me 3. And I sent him 3, and he's like, yeah, you need to work on that color grading. Try this, this, and this. And then I'm like, whoa, look at that. It looks so much better. By the way, I will have that color grading video out, I think Tuesday or Wednesday next week. Maybe Monday. I don't know. Depends on the kids. They're home Monday, and they're home like Monday and Tuesday. So I'll be working, and they'll be playing in the background. It'll be lots of fun.
I hope people watch it. I think that a lot of people can benefit from understanding a little bit of what happens with the color grading and not being scared to do it, and doing some things like the flat profile in the GoPro, which turns out really ugly when you pull it out of your camera. But in 5 minutes after you understand what you're doing, it looks way better than the footage would ever come out of the GoPro.
And then once you're done with that 5 minutes, for subsequent videos, it's like 5 seconds.
Right.
Because I used the Garmin Verb cameras pretty much exclusively for the last 2 years. And the reason I did was because they don't crap out like the GoPros do. The other thing was I could put a 120 gig chip in them and they'll run for almost 11 hours. So on some of my big road trips, I just turn all 3 of them on, and one facing forward, one on my helmet, and one facing backwards.
So you record solid for 11 hours?
I have, yeah.
Oh.
So then I got 30 hours of video to sort through every video.
Dude, that's brutal.
I can't put my retirement into SD cards.
Yeah. But they were
brutal.
The best part about it is that you can set one of them up as the master, and when you turn that switch on, you just reach up, flip the switch. The other 2 a second later turn on automatically, and pretty well flawlessly too. Every once in a while, maybe the one on the back doesn't get the signal, but you just shut it off again and turn it back on. Usually they'll come on. So.
And what's the name of this camera?
Garmin Verb. They're an older competitor for the GoPro, but the problem with them is that the best they'll do is 1080p.
That would be a problem.
So they're getting to the end of their life. So then I've now gone to the Insta360, and I didn't like it. I was gonna sell it, and then I got onto this plug-in, this Carta plug-in, which basically flattens that small island or small world stuff out so that it flattens it right out to the corners, and basically it looks like a GoPro video. It's stable, it's very vivid, and where I do like 3 views, I'll have 3 views up on the screen at one time, and I'll mask the 2 at the top maybe, and just make like an oval and just have them floating there. I may switch the opacity a little bit, make them just kind of so you can see right through them, but they're there and you can see all 3 things going on at once. Some of the time when there's traffic stuff going on, it's kind of cool to have it there so you can see what's going on all around me. But with the 360, I can pretty well do the whole thing with one camera and just take that cut, copy it, and put it up above the timeline, and then mask it in so that it's a separate view, and do the same thing as I do with 3 cameras, but do it all with one. So I'm going to run with that pretty much exclusively, and I'm going to have the Sena 10C Pro or Evo, sorry, as my helmet cam with my audio on it. So
that's
basically
awesome.
That's what it'll be used for, and it's vivid enough, and I've learned in DaVinci how to crop it so that the stabilization works and it doesn't show. You got to crop it enough that when you, like, say you spin your head around to look for traffic, that it doesn't show the black blank at the end, like it doesn't swing right out of view and come back. So you got to crop it a little bit more to make it so that the edges don't show, and then it's fine. It really stabilizes it out, and I'm quite pleased with the result of it. So I'm gonna that's gonna be my exclusive. Trying to get away from the Verb, but they'll always be in the trunk in a case just in case something else goes wrong. I can just throw them on and go.
Yeah, it's good to have the reliable setup. I
Yeah.
looked at the Insta cameras and I was dismayed. They don't have a remote that works with more than one camera at a time.
Yeah. But why do you need it, really? Like, I don't really need another camera if I have the 360. I could have 15 different views just by turning the view, just cutting it, moving it up, and then I could spin it on each one to make it a different view. I think you can get away with doing that, and it's going to be pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's what I've gotten used to. Is I have the camera on my helmet and I have the camera facing me.
Yeah.
And I use the remote on my handlebars. I've got it hung on my cup holder, and I just hit the button and it starts recording, and I can look at it and say, "Yep, I've got 2 cameras hooked up. I'm ready to go." I've got a video in editing where I brought the 360 and the Hero 8 in addition to the 9 and 10. So I've got the 4 streams. And the remote just started and stopped the recording for all of them for like a 3-hour ride. I only ended up with, I think, 48 minutes of footage that I have to cull through. So it's, it's what do you got? What are you used to? And then can another competitor of that match what you're used to or beat it? And if Insta had the multiple camera remote, I'd probably look a little harder at them.
For me, it was how much more vivid the picture is from these 2 cameras than my Garmin's were. The Garmin's were like a truck, like they just worked, but the video quality has just risen so high with the other ones that it's time that I got to switch, and that's what I've come up with over the last little while. I had 3 GoPro 8s. And I sold them to the other guys, the other Canadian guys. Dave and Kevin bought them all. Wow. I'm just gonna go with the one on the helmet, basically for the audio, and run with the 360, and then use the card I plug in to make it all look normal.
Hey, that's a great setup.
I couldn't do without the remote, though. I don't know. I'm now that I've got the
run it
remote
with your
with the
phone.
GoPros.
You can run the Insta with your phone.
Well,
so
that
I have my
doesn't do me
phone
any good,
mount
though.
right there on the other side, and you can run the app on it and just tap the button and it'll start.
I don't mount my phone up there. I've had too many problems with the phone overheating on trips, and especially I do a lot of off-road riding too, and the chances of dropping it and breaking the phone is too much. So having the remote and being able to start and stop on traveling is huge.
Well, I bought the Harley phone mount, which is actually like it's like the quad lock where it glues right onto the back of the phone. Like it's a 2-sided tape issue there, and that thing's like bulletproof. You can't get that thing off unless you take it off. So
no, I'm not worried about about it falling off. I'm worried about dropping my bike and my camera and my phone hitting a rock when I drop it.
That would be bad.
Road.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I like to keep my phone in my pocket, and having the remote is a really
us guys that run just strictly pavement, we're okay.
I don't have room on my handlebars for a phone mount. I have a cup holder on one side and a GoPro on the other. I'm like, I got nowhere else to put it because the Road Glide has the exposed handlebars, so you got a lot more room to play with.
Yeah. Have you not seen my DR dashboard, John?
Not in a while. I can't bring it. I have it from the memory.
I have a drone controller mount, a GoPro, a GPS, and something else, all on the dirt bike handlebars on the DR. It's like everything is all these RAM mount arms sticking everywhere, trying to make it all work.
Then I think that Mercedes-Benz copied your homework and they created the hyperscreen for their new cars 37 inches of OLED
yeah.
screens or whatever they've got.
That's their thing, though, right? And full disclosure, I drive a Mercedes. they like to throw over the whiz bang tech to make it look fancy inside.
Yeah, but you know what? Those luxury automakers, just to sidebar a second, they do one good thing, and they run an extra wire to all your lights, and then a dash light will come on when any one of your lights fails, and you don't have to get out and check.
Yeah, actually, my Audi did that.
Corvette did that in 1972 with a fiber optic from the back of it that would actually light up and show you if it was doing it.
And Cadillac did it in the 70s on the Eldorado, where they had a little pod on the front fender that showed you what the headlights were doing, low, high beam, and all that, because they had like automatic high beams in 1976. But by and large, like the one BMW I owned was the only car that ever told me the tag light was out.
Yeah, it's great until you want to throw LEDs or something like that in, or something with slightly different voltage than it's expecting, and then all that CAN bus integration just goes crazy. Yeah.
That's not fun. And then Ty loves all the tech and gadgets. Me too, Ty. Me too.
I think deep down inside, a lot of us are gadget guys, Ty. I think that's part of the draw to doing this, is we get to play with gadgets.
I always think it's funny when somebody actually watches my video and I'm like, wait a minute. I went out, talked some nonsense to a camera, recorded it, edited it.
I am jealous, John. I almost bought a ZV1.
And then somebody watched it.
I almost bought a ZV1 this week, but I keep going back and forth between wanting something with a little bit bigger lens than the ZV1 has.
Get the ZV-E10. Use my Amazon affiliate link, damn you.
I'll use your affiliate link if I buy it from Amazon. I'll use your affiliate link one way or the
absolutely.
other.
I went to Best Buy. I bought mine at Best Buy because I'm gotta have it now. I finally made the decision. I was like, how many years? What is it? 2 years I waffled over buying a damn vlogging camera. And then I was like, hey, Dewey, I'm going to go buy a vlogging camera. And then like an hour later, Dewey, I got a vlogging camera.
Well, once you finally decided, you spent 3 days messaging me about 17 different options that you were considering. Half of them didn't make any sense for you. And
yeah. And then I distilled it into one line in the video. Yeah, my buddy Dewey told me this, and then he told me that, and then I bought the camera.
But now I'm doing the same thing, and I can't decide if I want something. The problem is I want something I can take photos with, not just video. And the old photo nerd in me, well, yeah, but the old photo nerd in me, wants everything a DSLR will do in a point and shoot, and it doesn't exist. And I've got to get over that and decide that I don't want to pack my DSLR around on a motorcycle off-road, bouncing around to get damaged all the time, and just get something.
Ulanzi makes a stick-on mount that goes on here and gives you like the ultra-length, wide-angle thingamabobber lens.
Yeah, but stick-on mounts, and like I said, when you start riding off-road and doing the long trips that I do, having anything that's a stick-on mount or anything like that is just something more to get damaged along the way. I just want things out of the box that are going to be durable enough and easy enough for me to pack. It's hard to find stuff.
Absolutely.
That's why I don't take, I took on the California trip that's coming up, I took my DSLR on it again for the first time in a bunch of years. I brought my DSLR on a motorcycle trip, and I loved it for getting the photos, but I had this massive thing with 3 lenses packed in the back of my top box, and it was just, it was fine for a mostly on-road trip, but doing the off-road, that's just too much to take and too much weight up high and all that.
Oh, hey, look, I don't blame you. The one problem I had with buying like the Ulanzi wide mount is that this lens is motorized, and I was afraid of the drive motor going bad early, having extra weight on it. And I was like, I don't want to have to take something off, put something on. I want to take it out of the tour pack, turn it on, take a picture, or put the vlogging handle on it, record myself for a minute, and then put it back in the tour pack. And that's pretty much exactly what I got.
Smyrna Cowboys got the answer there in the side chat.
Yeah, he's got
a camera.
And Adrian's joined us again. He's drinking water, which is bad.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, we can hear you now, Adrian.
Oh, you guys can hear me? All right.
Hey,
Yeah.
shush you. Shush you. I'll be to you in a second. Be quiet.
It's actually nice to interact with you for once, other than just comments and websites.
Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Let's do this part again. There you go. Congrats, man.
There we
Hey.
go.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
No problem.
Real quick, I want to address Frank's comment. The Nikon Z30. Think Media put out a video this morning talking about it, and they said it was pretty awesome. So you want to go check out Think Media and check. It was 10 favorite camera gears or something for 2022,
Z30.
whatever.
The Z30s, they're mirrorless but interchangeable lens, right?
Yes.
Is that right, Frank? Yeah, because that's the hard part is by the time I get to interchangeable lenses, I might as well bring my SLR with me. Because I'm packing the lenses. And yeah, I don't know. I keep going back and forth between like the Canon M5 Mark II and just doing the ZV-1 because there's not that much focal range difference.
And what is that, Adrian? What camera is that you're using?
So this is a little Lumix. Unfortunately, it's only up to like 1080. I got the slightly bigger one behind me. It's smaller than a full-size DSLR, but it is nice because you do have those interchangeable lenses.
Is that the Micro Four Thirds Panasonic?
That's exactly what that is. Yeah, yeah, and I love them. But it's very beginner friendly, and this is very new to me. So I just needed something where I can literally just tap on the screen and it focuses on it for me, and it just makes my life easy.
Yep, same thing here. I didn't know it until like 5 days after buying it, but the ZV-1, you can actually touch the screen and it focuses where you tap, which is pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now the hard part for me is I don't need beginner friendly. I'm an old photographer. You know, I'm used to manual controls. It's just I need something that I can stick in my pocket and does what I want. And I probably want way too much from a camera than it's going to do because I want to, you know, I want a 400 mil zoom when I want it, and I want it to be able to do a vlogging camera at the same time, and that's just it. And fit in the pocket, and that's a tough ask.
You're gonna have to hire a director of photography and a cameraman and get the lighting guy and the gaffer, and then go ride.
Yeah, I'm only about 1 million subscribers short of being able to do all that.
You should hire Spite. I hear he's looking.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh, shots fired. Yummy Noob.
I thought he was doing his own thing. Well, if I hired him, he has like 200 times the subscribers I do. So
no, it's like 600 times.
Yeah, he's getting up there pretty quick now. So
yeah, he's doing great, man. Good for him. He was the whole reason I was watching the Yummy Noob anyway.
Yeah. See you, Frank.
Take care, Frank.
See ya.
Always good to see you, man.
Oh yeah, 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Is that where he's at? He hit the 100K already?
99.2. So, yeah.
Yeah, it just shows you how many people he drew to the Yummy Noob channel in his tenure there.
So I've noticed that Yummy Noob pulled a max wrist and one of his subscribers dumped a bike. I don't know if you guys. I don't know if it's his most recent video. It's one of his newer ones. He was giving away a bike. Subscriber came. He did the whole filming thing because he loves doing that and having a subscriber come and whatever. They went out riding in the rain, and supposedly, I don't know, the guy was trying to catch up to him because if you look at the video, he was pretty far away, but apparently they say on video he wasn't trying to keep up with him. The guy just dumps it in the corner. He just leans it so far and it just slides right out from under him.
Was there a full-on max wrist brake check involved?
No.
Oh.
Yummy Noob was way ahead of him. I think the guy was legit trying to catch up with him through this corner because you can tell by the lean angle.
Yeah.
Listen, brand new bike. You've never been on it before. It's raining. There's standing water. It was just a recipe for disaster. If I was Yummy Noob and I was doing this, I'd be like, dude, can we film this another day? Like, we can do part of it, like, do the garage part. But as far as the ride part, I would have been like, dude, we got to do it another day. Like, this is
and the doing that stuff is always asking for, you know, egos come into play. People want to keep up. They know they're on film.
Right.
That's just, you know, that's just the combination that's going to ask for people to do something stupid.
Right. And then, you know, the second half of the video is just saving face. You know, they like, oh, this happened. It's like, dude, I'd much rather people just be like, hey, dude, I messed up. You know, like, that's just do that. Because then you don't have that whole awkward Yummy Noob sitting across from you talking, you know, doing what he does.
I totally missed that video because I unsubscribed from him months ago.
Oh, I was never. His stuff will pop up in my feed. Like I'm not subscribed to him, but like all the stuff that I watch, like occasionally those people will pop in with their videos.
He never shows up for me, and I never watched his videos for him. I watched for Spite, and I was like,
Right.
"Yep, Spite's gone. So am I. Goodbye." Same
So
reason
Adrian-
I unsubscribed from Dewey.
Yeah, well, you know, when you have as few subscribers as I have, you notice every unsubscriber, man. I want to send them a survey after I find out why they left.
Why did you unsubscribe from Dewey Rides? Was it the voice? Was it the look? Was it the roads? Was it the scenery? Was it other? Please advise.
But since Adrian's here, so Adrian, do you have a new bike coming up that you're getting, or you're always doing something?
They're always coming and going. It's just like, if I find a good deal, I have zero self-control, so I just have to go and get it, and buy them, fix them up, play with them, whatever, and send them back out into the wild, I guess.
Yeah, he's got one behind him, and it could be next year he's getting a KZ. I'm putting mine up for sale.
If you want a deal on a BMW, let me know.
Got a couple.
Adrian, are you single or married?
Between the two.
Between the two, which means he's either dating or engaged. And congratulations either way. But don't get married, man. They squash your motorcycles.
No, you know what? I gotta admit, mine's good, but she's into horses. So if you think motorcycles are bad, horses are even worse, because at least a motorcycle doesn't just shit the bed on you. Yeah, exactly. So she can't say anything. So
funny you mentioned that, because my ex-wife backed over one of my bikes with my truck.
I thought you were gonna say with her horse.
Yeah.
No, that's bad.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when I met my wife, I was dating her for like a month, and then I had been given my bobber. It was stock at the time, but it sat for 5 years. It didn't run. So I found a place that would work on it, and they replaced like tank, batteries, tires, all that stuff that Adrian does on his channel, but I'm too stupid to do. They did all that, and then I had my learner's permit. They were like, you need to get your learners before we can give you the bike back, because we know you're going to ride it home. So following the law, I went and got them. I got the learner's permit, and I got the temp tag, and I brought it to them, showed them. I was like, hey, look. And they put the tag on, and then they're like, okay, ride home. And my wife actually had her license already, because she grew up in a family that rides. So her dad and brothers all rode, so she got her license. And in Maryland, you need a licensed rider within 100 feet of you if you're on a learner's. So she followed me home from the mechanic shop in her car, and we rode for years until she had kids. Now she doesn't ride.
Like at all? Does she have a bike at all, or no?
She does. She's got the red Sportster 1200 Custom that's on my channel very infrequently, because I'm the only person that rides it anymore. But she hasn't ridden in a year and a half. But we used to ride like all over the place, and we'd go on little day trips. And she had a Honda Shadow that I would outrun in my Vulcan 800 bobber. Well, it was a classic at the time. And then I got the bagger, and she's like, yeah, I'm not going to ride anymore. I have kids. I'm like, all right, well, that's your deal. So good luck, Adrian. Don't have kids. Kids kill everything. I love mine, but, I'm glad they go to grandma's every weekend. I think it was Chopper Fett that Chopper Fett commented the other day. He's like, dude, you have the most free time of anybody I know, and you're married with kids. I don't know how you do it. And I'm like, I don't sleep. And
that helps.
That's pretty much what happens. But hey, the kids go to daycare during the week, and I go to work, and then on the weekends they go to my mom's house, because she's still working off the crack she did in the 80s, and she's got plenty of energy to keep up with 2 little kids.
There you go.
Ty, I miss riding with your wife too. Sorry. Had to make a joke. I'm just kidding.
Damn.
But you left it wide open. Oh, God. Ty just unsubscribed. He dropped out.
I feel bad for laughing.
I got to make at least like 3 inappropriate jokes, and I haven't made fun of Dewey lately. So
yeah.
Sorry, Ty. No, you know what? I miss riding with my wife too, Ty. I used to like bringing her out. She could keep up, but now she wants to dawdle at like 10 under the limit, and it drives me nuts. I go along, and you know, the whole dance break thing in my videos, I have so much practice because I'll set my cruise at like 5 over, and then I'll do a dance break for 5 minutes and realize my wife is like 3 miles behind me. I'm like, fudge, I got to pull over and stop and wait for her, light another cigar, have a drink of coffee, and then finally she catches up. And I'm like, all right, let's go again.
So just a quick recap. John went from just totally timid and calm and normal to mom's doing crack in the 80s and then going on rides with Ty's wife in about like 20 seconds, eh?
Right.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. All right, it's that kind of night. Got it.
I'm tripolar.
Have you watched Road Reality?
Yeah, the longer it goes, the worse it's just
It's
gonna.
all over the place.
Oh yeah. Ask Chopper Fett why he doesn't have the live stream of him and Bolt Bucket on from back in like July or August when Bolty was in the States.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
I was on that live stream. No wonder he deleted it.
Yeah, Bolt he's an interesting dude.
Between the two of you, I mean, I know how much you love crashing a live stream, John.
I know. Now I'm crashing my own live stream.
But the Australians, they do their own thing too. You know, they will drop some words that we won't casually, like it's nothing.
Right.
Oh yeah, they use the C word and the T word and all sorts of other stuff. And we're uncensored tonight, but you know, I think the people that have come on realize that Road Reality bleeps out all bad curse words, so they're just not using them. And I thank you that I don't have to go back and bleep all this out.
What's funny is I swear a lot in real life.
Yeah.
But when I get on the camera, I don't.
No.
And I don't swear
Yeah.
on my videos.
True.
I just like subconsciously I just say, don't do it.
Yeah,
No, it's
I
funny.
can't do
Someday
that.
some future employer is gonna Google you.
That's kind of the comments that the Canadian guys get, is that we don't, even though we're Canadians, and every other word's the F-bomb when you're talking to another Canadian. But we just don't seem to do it online. And it's just the way it always was. And we've got a few subscribers that that's why they watch. So.
Yep. You know what? I've had a number of comments that people watch with their kids, watch my channel anyway, with their kids or grandkids. And I'm like, that is all the motivation I need to bleep out all the bad curse words. And I came to this realization about a year ago that if I subconsciously, like Dewey said, if I bleep myself out and use replacement words or different sentences, I completely lose track of what it was I was trying to say, and the video is damn near uneditable because I can't get back on track. So now I'm just like, I'm going to throw out whatever word and I'll just bleep it in post. It only takes like 5 seconds. And Ty's right. You shouldn't curse in your videos. Ty also goes to church. I don't.
Right. Yeah. Depending on the video. I mean, if it's every other word, then yeah, it's a bit much. But occasionally, you know, obviously stuff happens when we're riding or whatever, and you get comfortable and let one slip. But I've actually had people say they enjoy the way I bleep out my swears.
Yes, with the Michael Jackson.
With the Michael Jackson. So
yeah,
I'm like, all right.
Funny is I had to bleep out my wife like 100 times in the last video she was in, and I found a quack. Because of her last name, it has the word duck in it, her maiden last name, but it had a duck in it, so I made it quack, and it was different than my curse word. So if we cursed back to back, it was quack bleep,
There
quack
you go.
bleep.
Yeah, and that's cool. It's like little things like that will, you know, add to the video.
And this Ty's comment right here, that I did that. I was on a ride on the Beltway. I think it was Pumped Up 360 Commute or something. That video. Oh my gosh. I was riding along and I was like, this son of a in front of me with the phone in their ear. And I cursed up a storm, and then I just bleeped it all out. And then, not that I have any strong feelings on the subject, but
you know what's really funny, Ty, is when he gets the hands going with it, when he's bleeping and he's hand gesturing.
Oh yeah. That happens in a lot of upcoming videos, let me tell you.
The only video of mine that's got swearing in it was Linda on the back, and we're riding down a country 2-lane road, and a hawk flies out of the trees with a mouse in his claws, and he flies over top of us and drops it like a bomb. And you just hear Lynn on the back. It was like F-bomb, scream, F-bomb. It was like, it was pretty wild for a couple of seconds. And we got it all on video. It's in the video. So,
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. Like, we keep mentioning our wives saying bad words. And yeah, Mama Phoenix is just as bad. So why are the women worse than we are? Like, I know, like, when I take her out on a ride, I'm like, all right, she's going to say something. I'm going to have to edit this. And that's how it's going to go.
they're
No,
cute.
Baby
They can
Phoenix-
get away with it.
Baby Phoenix
Right.
curses.
He's getting older and he's just as bad. So I blame her. That's where I'm pushing that towards.
Oh no, my kids know all the bad words because of me. Actually, last week or 2 weeks ago, my eldest, who's like 6 now, he wanted to hang these big bows in our windows for Christmas, and he wanted to do it. My wife wasn't ready. Later on, she was ready, and he was like, "No." And when he was finally ready again, my wife said, No, we're not going to do it today. And he goes running, screaming up to his room, and I go up there and I go, "Buddy, what's the matter?" And he goes, "I just wanted to hang the bows." And I was like, points for proper context, but
Right.
I got to take something away from you now because you can't use that word. So I took a Lego set away from him, but he was like, "What do you mean? I got points for using it right." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. It was hilarious in my head, but you can't use those words."
Yeah, that's the toughest part when it's funny as hell, but you're like, all right, now I got to be a dad and I got to punish you.
Yeah. My 4-year-old last Sunday, I walked downstairs because my wife likes to let me sleep in on the weekends because she thinks I'm going to be less angry, but she's wrong. And I walk downstairs and she's sitting there. She's on one couch with her phone. And my littlest one who was home, the big one was at grandma's. He's sitting there with his tablet on the other couch. And I didn't know what my wife was doing. So I said, "Honey, are you busy?" And my little one turns to me and he puts his tablet down. He goes, "Daddy, look at her. She's on her phone. Of course she's busy. What's wrong with you?" I was like, "Oh my God, kid, you're like 4. What the hell? Don't talk to me." I was like, "Don't sass me. Don't sass me." But you're right. But don't sass me. Yeah. Kids are freaking hilarious, but they're a huge time suck.
Not so much when I get older. Like, I barely see Mini Phoenix anymore. Like, he's
Oh,
up in
yeah?
his room. He's got his own computer set up. He plays his games. He does, he does school. He rides his bike and does all this stuff. So, I don't know. Now I'm, like, searching him out to do stuff. I'm like, hey, let's go do something.
I'm just hoping in a couple of years, my eldest is ready to hop on the back of the Glide and go for a ride with me, and I can mic him up and see what kind of crazy shit he says. Oh, bad word.
Yeah, definitely get them that young, because now that Mini Phoenix is getting older, I don't know how much longer he's going to want to ride with me. So I'm going to try to see what I can do for next year. But
Until he hits 16,
Oh, wow.
he wants his
That's
own
huge,
bike.
Ty.
right.
That's awesome, Ty. Yeah, I ran into a guy last year or the year before. He was at a local burger joint that's a popular motorcycle destination, and this guy was in his probably 50s, and he had his late teenage son riding on the back of his Glide, and I was like, hell yeah, that's going to be me in like 15 years. Love it. I want to be that guy. I'd love to take my kids for a ride and be like, "Honey, we're going to be gone all day. We might be back tomorrow," and just roll with it,
That's what we do. We're all, our kids are all grown, so we just go out and ride. We'll go for a whole weekend, just disappear. Fun.
I love it. I want to ride out to Dewey's place one of these days, but I just can't get 2 weeks away from everything else.
So how
Just
far
need to
is
fly
that?
out here, man. We have an Eagle Rider right here. You can just rent a bike. Just
I
fly
might have
out.
to do that in the summertime. Jarvis is 3,000 miles,
Oh,
and I really want to ride it cross country on my own bike, just to say I've ridden cross country on my own bike. Go figure. 90% of my videos are the same 10 roads.
The problem is you have to
can
get
do
from
it
the
in 3
Appalachians
days,
to the
right?
Rockies, and it looks the same the entire way.
Right.
It's okay, man. I never leave my garage.
Yeah, I'm always rushing. Like, I get out of bed late and I'm just like getting ready for work, doing this, doing that, get on the bike, go to work, get off work. It's like rush home, pick up the kids, make dinner, play with the kids, put them to bed. And then it's like editing time. And next thing you know, it's 2:00 in the morning. I'm going, Well, I'm half in the bag and I got 3 videos done. It's time to go to bed. Start again the next day.
Yeah, but we'll get something figured out, John. Either I'll be out your way, or you can come out here. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, I'm definitely planning on going to VAM 23. Let me
Okay.
tell
Are
you.
you?
Yeah, I'm
20
definitely going to be there.
Because we're all going. The Canadian guys are going to be there. I was there
No.
last year.
23 I won't make, maybe 24. We'll
No.
see.
That's a good little thing. That's a good little get together.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun down there with those
Yeah.
guys.
Well, the thing is there's a lot of people that, through just the way the internet works in that circle, I don't know how I ended up in it on the West Coast, but there's a bunch of people that I watch and they watch my videos, and for small channels, that's a big thing. And
Wait. You said a bunch of people watch your videos? All 2 dozen of us?
I get as many views as you do, and I have a quarter of the subscribers, Joe.
Oh, bullshit. You've got 1/5 the subscribers. So yeah, your sub to view ratio is very high.
But yeah, there's like
Well, it was funny
between
to see
Patrick
that.
and PO3 and you and the Canadian guys. There's a bunch of people and Spider Wayne, all those people that tend to go to VAM. That
Yeah,
just
we
come
went
back with a
together
lot.
last year. Also, Artist on a Harley came with us and her guy. So we rode down, like we stayed over at Jody and Tommy G's. We stayed there that night before we rode into VAM. So awesome people. And I had invited Memphis Mike. Now he's a Goldwing guy obviously out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I'd been talking to him, and he'd had a pretty tough couple of years here through the epidemic, and his wife got it really bad, and Luann was like really sick, and they intensive care sick, like bad, and she survived and got through it, and his whole family had it, and then he kind of got away from motovlogging, and I got a hold of him. I said, "Hey man, I'm going to this thing in Virginia," and I said, "I think you should come." So he roomed with me for the weekend there, and he's got 7,500 subscribers or something like that. He's got a fair amount of people watching, so he's starting to get back into the videos again. And I talked to him again about this year coming up, and he said, "You know what?" He says, "Luann and I were going someplace else for another thing, for a Goldwing thing," but he says, "Yeah, we're gonna go." So he says, "You book your room with whoever." He said, "Because we're gonna have our own." So, but he's coming. So, it was like 2 worlds colliding together: the Harley world and the Goldwing. Like a lot of people watching a lot of different stuff all came together, and we had a great time. It was fun watching Mike hanging around with all these Harley guys, and Ty was there. Ty seen him, Ty met him, and I think we gained a lot of friendships out of that, just getting together for a few days, and they got to see everybody else's stuff that maybe they hadn't even run into those people before. So it's
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this year.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a good time.
I was going to room with Black Phoenix Entertainment last year because he had to stop an hour and a half from my house, and I was going to ride up and join him, but the forecast kind of shut me down because I'm not a very confident rain rider. So I actually made it a point. I made it a point to go ride in the rain later in the summer so that I was more confident come the next year, and I was just going to make it no matter what. And that video actually went live a week ago on the channel. So
that weekend we rode from Pennsylvania from Jody's place, and we had about 5 minutes of rain. The road didn't even get wet. Just the little spots on the windshield was all we got the whole way there. Just enough to get the bikes dirty that we'd cleaned the night before, like scrubbed them mercilessly. And so the weather was perfect the whole weekend until there was one big thunderstorm on the last night.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah, it was a soaker. We just happened to be at the steakhouse having a dinner, Mike and I, and
that must have been 2 years ago that Patrick had the videos of the pouring rain and the thunderstorm.
That was the first one. Yeah.
The forecast changed about a week prior, but I didn't have time.
Yeah.
So my wife actually took both kids and went to visit her brother for the week. So I was alone at the house, but I didn't have time to schedule with the dog sitter to pick them up and let me get on the bike. Otherwise,
the year before they rained the whole event pretty much, but they had so much fun anyway that they decided that it was going to be an annual thing. So
I'm doing it this year. Mark my words. I've already started the conversation with Swimbo, so I'll be there.
Yeah, we've already decided we're going. I gave all the information for the hotel to Dave from Harley Diners Rides, and he's going to book the room for us this year. And Kevin and we got another guy that we ride with up here. Him and Richard, they're gonna come and come to it too. So there's going to be 4 Canadians there.
Oh boy, all the apologies. It's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Sorry for the rain, eh? Sorry for lack of maple syrup at breakfast, eh?
Out in the garage.
Yeah, John, I usually always take the same route down there, but I can always kind of veer off a little bit and meet up with you at some point. Yeah,
Hagertucky is a rough spot. Don't stay in Hagertucky next time. Come down. And Hagertucky's a local term for Hagerstown. But
yeah, I was gonna say it didn't seem that bad to me, but I was only there to like sleep and then leave. So
yeah, you're lucky you still had 3 wheels on your bike the next morning. My trailer dealer's in Hagerstown, and I only drive up there when I need something for the trailer. It's kind of a rough area. Adrian, remind us, where are you out of?
I'm in Toronto. I'm not too far from Jarvis. Yeah. Well, relatively speaking, anyway. Yeah.
How's the weather?
Yeah. Oh man! Before I could even go out and clear the driveway, it was already a skating rink.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like wild out there right now. So.
You know what's weird though? I haven't even had to shovel because it just blows right off.
Right.
So yeah. Whatever.
You got to join us next year for VAM then.
Yeah, what is this VAM? I didn't want to like cut in, but I'm like, what the hell are these guys talking about?
So it's Tazewell, Virginia, and just down the road about 20 miles, there's a town. They got a Holiday Inn and a Super 8 and a couple other places there. That's where everybody stays when they're there. But the actual event is in Tazewell, Virginia, which is adjacent to the Back of the Dragon, the Widowmaker. There's like a shit ton of roads to ride down there. Yeah. Nice. Back of the Dragon is the premier one. It's a little bit more longer sweeping corners, but there's some pretty tight switchbacks and stuff on it, and it's probably 40 and something miles. I think.
Say it's long,
like 43 miles, I believe. But then they'll tie it into one of the other ones, and they'll bring you around. Like if you go on the Widowmaker, it's like a sheer drop off the side. You go on, you don't even want to look just in case you mess up, because if you mess up, there's not a guardrail or nothing. It's just like hundreds of feet down. It's pretty intimidating little road. And there's a whole bunch of them there. There's it's kind of like the Ozarks. It's, there's another road named after something. They're a dragon or a snake or something or other. They're just the whole area is a good ride anywhere you go. So all these moto vloggers started going there. So it was started by 10 Rides, Blue Bike and Doyle, and Mr. G 1965. Yeah. They were the 3 that kind of put it all together. Yeah. And then there's a multitude of them showed up the first year, and it poured rain, but they had such a great time. They said, and we couldn't go. We couldn't get across the border back then. Yeah. So this year we were able to get across. So as soon as they said they were having another one, I booked the room. Nice. And not even knowing if I was going to be able to get across the border at the time, but I figured I could cancel it if it turned out that was the way. But
yeah, you guys should link up and come on down. Virginia area motovlogger meetup.
Yeah. So the first night is the get together at July. The Sonic, the drive-in in Tazewell. Just everybody wheels in with their bike. We pretty well take the place over. There's just so many of them.
Yeah, we pretty much.
And you just mill around talking to people. You can grab a bite to eat, and you can do whatever you want, really. And then then back to the motel. Like we stayed at the Holiday Inn, so there was Toby Northern, Ty, myself, Memphis Mike, Dallas Face Mullet, all those guys. I can't remember all of them. They were all there. The others, like Tommy G and Jody and all those, they stayed down the road at the Super 8. But it was like you'd be outside, all the bikes lined up under the awning of the hotel. And they let us park there the whole time. And it was just, you know, guys have a bag of ice in their side bag, and you just brought your own beer. Basically, you brought your own cooler on 2 wheels, right?
Yeah, I'm not allowed to bring alcohol.
Sit there the rest of the night, shooting the breeze and having a few pops, and then off to bed, and great breakfast in the morning right there, and jump on the bikes down to Tazewell again. And they'd line up for a ride. You know, they took the back of the Dragon, and you know, the next day it was freelance. You could do what you want, or you could go with them. You could do whatever you want. So, and the Fireside Chat guys were there. So Bronco Ride and Bodine 52 and HDR, they were there.
Yeah, you know what's funny? HDR, I think he lives like 45 minutes from my in-laws, and then Bronco Ride lives like 45 minutes from me.
Yeah.
So those 3 guys, I don't know, they got their click together somehow, and I'm not in it yet. But
for them and Ty, they stay. They rent a house somewhere nearby. They don't stay at the hotel.
Well,
they got their own little clique going there for most of it. But Ty stayed one night at the Holiday Inn with us before the other guys showed up.
Yeah, there's a few different spots where we stayed.
What was that?
He wanted to be a dentist the next day. You know, I'm not a dentist, but I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, there's a few different spots for hotels where people stay.
For a split second there.
Yeah, those guys, they're the elite moto vloggers. They've got, I think, the most subs of anybody in this whole area.
Yeah. Well, they got a good show. I mean, and they do good videos. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. They stay pretty much to their lane. Like they don't jump up. I mean, Bronco Ride getting the Pan America was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. What's up, Truck and Biker? Welcome to the live stream. Better late than never.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to VAM. A lot of us stay at the Fincastle Inn right in Tazewell.
Yeah,
it's pretty much down the street from the Sonic and the Hardys and stuff like that. And we do the same thing at that hotel too. By the time everything's done, we're just all hanging out in the parking lot, just talking and chatting. And it's actually not that far from the back of the Dragon store either. So it's kind of depending on what you want to do and what rides you want to go on, you can kind of pick which.
That's quite a establishment, that back of the Dragon. Building itself and everything. They got a pretty good thing going on there. Yeah,
it's I ate there once too. The food's not that bad there at all.
Yeah, Mike, and the beer, you go up and you pay for a bracelet, and you go up to the wall and you tap the wall, and the tap turns on. And you can pour whatever beer you pick, right? Yeah. And when you get done, you go up and you give them the bracelet back, and it tells them how much you owe for beer.
Oh, that's dangerous. I'd have to bring my
wife. Yeah, that's what we were discussing while we were doing it. So this could be real dangerous.
I once went on a ride with 25 people I'd never met in person before, but we were all on an online forum together, and they said, yeah, a bunch of us ride Harleys. We're going on a ride. And I was like, I have a Vaquero. Can I join? And they were like, sure. So I showed up, and I brought a buddy of mine, and we spent the weekend riding around. It was like 12 hours of riding to go 200 miles. It was all the twisty turny back roads, and they kept a nice pace. And then I brought a bottle of Crown Black with me, and I drank the whole thing that night. It was fun times. I had an Army Ranger that threatened to end my life at 2:00 in the morning, and the one sober guy in the group goes, "You're not gonna touch him." And he goes, "Oh yeah, what are you gonna do about it, old man?" He goes, "You don't want to know. Just back off. And if you can't accept a compliment about your wife, put her in a bag before you go out in public." I'd made a very nice comment to the guy. and that we'll leave it at that because the rest is supposed to be secret. But the next day, riding home 200 miles was rough. I patted.
So this wife thing is a recurring issue with you, eh?
No, just one time. Just the one time.
I don't know. I feel like it's more, but that's okay.
That's 2 stories just tonight that we've heard.
Right.
Just the one motorcycle time.
Just that one thing that you got to remember. A lot of guys ride Harleys down there, and I've seen a lot of side bags open, and there was more than just gloves in there.
Yeah.
Be very, very careful.
I
doubt it.
On my way down there, I actually ran into 2 MCs, one on the highway, and I forget which one it was, but they actually waved me by. Like I was staying behind them, and then they moved over. Like I wasn't gonna do anything. I'm like, I don't know who these guys are. I couldn't see like the patches or anything. But yeah, they finally the tail gunner moved everybody over and then waved me by, and I went by, and then they all moved back over. So
we got to find out what you're doing to get that. What I get is they pull into the left lane to block me from being able to pass, even if it's a passing zone.
Really,
when they do that,
I think because what was we were coming up to a construction zone, so I wonder if they were just going to just let people go because they ended up being way behind me after it. So
well, Mike and I we were riding down the interstate there on the one day we were heading back, and 2 of them come up on us hard behind, and we slid over to the side and let them go by in our lane. And they just went by and give us a big thumbs up, and they were gone. Like gone fast. They weren't waiting around for nothing, but we let them. We didn't hold them up at all, and they appreciated it. So,
right, yeah, it's always what I do, especially around here. We've got a local Hell's Angels, and then we got LOD around us too. So
yeah, I got a Hell's Angels just over on the main road, just like quarter mile from here.
Yeah, so we just we know how to deal with them and respect and just kind of let them do their thing. So
there's one out of Hamilton that comes out to Port Dover all the time, and he's got the exact same bike as I got. We were sitting at the Tim Hortons at the coffee shop the one night, and I got talking to him, and I said, "Don't you come looking in Jarvis for no spare parts." I said.
Hey,
look who joined us. It's the trucking biker.
What's going on?
Does he have audio?
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Yeah.
there he is.
I didn't realize I got added. He's like, does he have audio? And I saw my face pop up at the same damn time.
Yeah,
what's up, buddy?
Shit, dude, just hanging out, trying to get through shit.
I hear you.
You guys.
Same. We've been on for almost 2 hours now. The stream is going much better than I thought. We still have 9 people watching. So if everybody here has the stream open in a second window, we still have 3 other people watching.
Right?
I have it open in another window.
Yeah.
I have it open in another window. I don't know why, but
I'm on a cell phone, so mine automatically closed out whenever it switched over. So
poor bastard. I feel bad for you, son. I got 99.
I didn't feel like breaking out the laptop and the YouTube lights and all that shit. I'm like, yeah, no, I got sent the link, so fuck it, I'll click on it. And my first time on YouTube in over a month. I haven't done a video.
Dude, wow. you gotta get on the Road Reality schedule once every day.
Once every 6 hours.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, my bad, guys. Look, I got so much content that I need to call through and just post that it's like I could do 12 days of Christmas and still not run out. That's ridiculous. Crazy.
Because it is funny. I looked through my list and I'm like, oh, I just watched one of John's videos. Oh, wait, this one's different.
You got to be careful because now you got 2 Johns in the chat.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we'll
somehow we ended up right here.
I stopped at a cigar shop last weekend in the middle of the snafu of GoPros, and I walked in and people were like, holy shit, he's still alive. And I was like, yeah, I haven't been in here in like 5 years. So we spent an hour catching up, and it was like a throwback to the past. And at one point I was like, wait, y'all are throwing out a lot of nicknames I don't understand. What do you call me when I'm not around? And they're like, we just call you John. I was like, oh, all right. I'm the original. Yeah, we're having a good time.
I'm glad.
Go ahead. You can speak.
Thank you for the permission, sir.
Raise your hand if you want to talk. Wait, I should mute him. I'm kidding.
That's what
don't
Moto
mute
Noggin
anybody.
should have done when I was on his live stream.
Who?
Moto Noggin.
Oh yeah, I missed that one.
Don't go back and watch it. It was a fucking train wreck. I got hammered fucking drunk 10 minutes into the damn video.
You pulled a road reality.
It was bad. Like HD AV Traveler hit me up the next day. He was like, dude, that shit was hilarious. I was like, I don't even remember afterwards. Like I had to go back and watch it and like text people and apologize for shit.
Yeah, that was me on the last live stream I joined. I drank way too many beers.
Hey, at least you didn't pull a Harley Fat Boy Jr. and just fucking leave the room and never come back.
Yeah, that would have been awkward. Hey, I should do that now.
I know, especially if you do that now.
That might be the 10 people watching.
Oh, you know, Dewey gives me a lot of shit, but I'm actually still fairly sober. You know, I've only had like 2 or 3 drinks tonight, so.
I do have to say, you have been very good so far.
Yeah,
Besides the wife things, other than that, you've been good.
Yeah.
I went to the high proof though, so I might be on limited time. I went from the beers.
I'm at 92.
I thought you were drinking the Johnny Walker. What's that business?
This is larceny. I only did the one Johnny Blue. Come on, that's just
Walker.
expensive, man.
Come on, man.
YOLO, man. YOLO.
At least buy a bottle of good scotch.
I'm having fun.
The problem is now we're going to get into the Scotch topic. What do you think is
I love
Scotch?
Actually, there was one I used to be able to get. Yeah, exactly right.
Are you an Islay guy or a Highlands guy, or it gets all tricky?
So there's one that's a Highland Scotch, but it's real peaty, like a
Highland Park.
It's it was actually called the Space Side. So it was like a Space Side Scotch, but it was made in the Highlands. So it was like this real upfront peaty bite, but it had like a real like buttery finish to it. It was amazing. It was a 10-year single barrel, single malt.
Yeah, well, that's
and it
what
was
you
only
want
like
with the peat, right? Is the 10 years are about the money for the peat stuff because
too
long and you lose it.
But it was only like $40 a bottle.
That's dangerous.
And
$40 a bottle.
oh yeah. When I first got married to my wife, we'd been married a week.
Sorry to hear
and
that.
she hates this story, but I think it's hilarious. I come in and she's sitting on the couch, obviously drinking a mixed drink. And I was like, what are you having? She goes, a whiskey and Diet Dr. Pepper. I was like, the fuck did you find whiskey at? I don't have any whiskey. She's like, no. And like when we first got married, I had just gotten divorced like a year prior and had a roommate and shit like that. And I was like, and I know my roommate doesn't have any fucking scotch or have any whiskey. She goes, no, the whiskey that was in the cabinet with the black label. I was like, I sure as fuck no, I don't own Evan Williams, Jack Daniels, or Jim Beam. So it's none of our Ezra books. And I go walk into the kitchen. It's my bottle of scotch sitting on the table, and she'd mixed my scotch with Diet Dr. Pepper.
Oh,
and I turned around and went, no, that's grounds for annulment right there. I was like, the only thing that ever goes in scotch is 2 ice cubes. That's it. It's all that goes in fucking scotch.
2 ice cubes is excessive, man. I think you can't do that to a scotch.
I put one in
a couple drops of water and maybe 1 ice cube.
Yeah,
Anything
my
else?
old man used to drink rye like that, just a little splash of water, and that was it.
If I drink rye, it's like an ice cube, or he says 1 ice cube. This motherfucker's got like a whole glass full of ice.
No ice at all.
Yeah.
This is bourbon, and this is so I can wake up and deal with my children in the morning.
I know that feeling all too well.
Oh yeah, dude. I tell you what.
Left the room.
And I'm going with the high test Pete right there.
Oh, Ardbeg.
Got
I
there.
just popped the chubby.
I haven't had that one yet.
That's the
It's
peat
good
monster.
stuff.
The peat monster is what it's called. If you want smoky peaty scotch, Ardbeg 10, or Ardbeg Ugadal is amazing. But any of the Ardbegs.
I had a friend of mine bring me that Ardbeg Udall or whatever.
Well,
and
that's the thing though. Like, is the peat up front or is it the after flavor? Because I hate
Yes.
when the peat is the after flavor and you're left with that in your mouth.
Thank
Like, I
God
would
you
eat
didn't say it
dirt.
was Pete behind, because that would have been awkward.
That's a different
And we
story.
made it
Go
to
watch
lunch.
my April video.
I got to tell you, this box with the Johnny Blue box in it, where here it is. So my wife, this is the Johnny Blue from the start of the live stream. She brings this, she wrapped it up, and she brings it in Christmas morning before we had kids. She gave me this for a Christmas gift. And she brings it in wrapped up, and she hands me the whole box. And I'm just like, hey, thanks. Thanks for the Johnny Blue. And she's like, you son of a bitch. How did you know? And I was like, lucky guess. And she's like, you son of, I'm never buying you liquor again. And then years later, she brought me a box. And I'm like, gee, thanks for the whatever brand it was. And she goes, open it. And it was completely something different. She had taken one of my empty Scotch bottle boxes out of the recycling bin and put something completely different in it just to surprise me. Oh yeah, she has to mess with my head, because she texted me from the liquor store one day and she's like, "Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want the other thing?" It went on, and it was all the stuff that was on sale. And I was like, "No, I have that." And then she's like, "Fine, I'll just bring you a surprise." And she walks in the house and she goes, "Close your eyes." So I close my eyes. She hands me a bottle, and I was like, "Oh, thanks for the Evan Williams." And she's like, "How did you know?" And I was like, "It's a very distinctive bottle shape." She's like, "Oh, that's it." Going back to the
Go
bottle.
get yourself a bottle of Ardbeg next time you're at the liquor store. Give it a go.
So I live in Texas, and it's got really strict alcohol laws.
Yeah, all my exes
So,
live in Texas.
You know how many times I get that joke, but
That's why I hang my hat in Tennessee. Is Ty still on?
Nobody's commented in a while. It may
I was
just
going to
be
say
us at this point.
I think it's just us because the chat's dead.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm all right with that. We're having a good time. I
went inside and got a beer and forgot to grab a bottle opener.
What's that?
Said I went inside and got a beer and forgot to get a bottle opener.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I
fine.
I keep one in my
have a
toolbox.
lighter. Just pop it, man.
I got a lighter in my pocket, but I also keep a bottle opener in the top drawer of my toolbox.
Eric, I got your bottle opener right here.
I've got.
I keep one of those and a Lego brick separator right here on the porch. Because if you got to open a can of beer and you got short fingernails like I do, one of those Lego brick separators works well, and I don't see it anymore. Kids,
How did your short with that ever do? I know. Did I ever ask about that? You made a short, right? With the
I
Lego?
did make a short about that. Let me check. I have no idea. I think it got like 5 views. No, 77 views.
That's not very good for a short.
No, it's not.
I think you have to make a rage video about it now.
Apparently, the drinkers and the Lego guys are not a big crossover.
Oh, you know what? The Lego groups on Facebook say that's BS. They're always like, I'm drinking this whiskey while I build my Lego tonight. Nerds. And I'll post
I
the link
concur.
in the chat. There, I can get 80 views by the end of the night if 3 of you click on it. And
Right?
yeah. Hey, it's all about the views, right? You hit 1,000 subs, now you don't care. Now
The
you just
only
get the views.
the only short I ever put out that got any kind of views was I was leaving work and it just finished raining. And my bike was fucking soaked. And I'm like, there's no better way to start a ride than with a wet ass. Like,
That's how I start most
I
of
don't
my
mi-
rides.
well, I don't own a
Lubed up
car.
and ready to go.
I don't own a car. So, like, I ride regardless of, and I rode Boat Bucket's piece of shit fucking Goldwing for a week because of my clutch cable snapped. And thank God that thing is finally out of my driveway. The bike is gone, but the stain remains.
Yeah. Yeah, how many quarts did it leave on your driveway?
I mean, he's not coming
Jesus
back for it.
Christ. I have used everything I can think of to get rid of oil stains. And it will lighten up and then come back.
You should try fresh asphalt.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, it's and like I texted Brett Chopper Fett, and I was like, "Did this thing leak like this in your driveway?" He goes, "No, dude." He goes, "It there's a couple spots in the driveway, but that's bad." I was like, "This thing is leaking fucking oil from everywhere." By the time I got to my house, because I was the last stop.
I'm pretty sure he just spent 3,000 miles destroying a Goldwing. Is pretty much what that trip was.
I think it was already destroyed.
Yeah, it was in, like, I talked to Ricky Bobber about that bike quite a few times, and he was so happy when, like, he texted me right after Bolt left, and he was like, "So I'm kind of thinking about like flying out to Houston and riding the Goldwing back." I was like, "Bro, I can tell you right now, it won't make it out of Texas." Like, I would be surprised if this thing made it down my fucking street. And I shit you not, that afternoon my clutch cable snapped.
No.
And I was like, fuck. So it was going to take a week and a half for it to come in through the Indian dealership. Or I could order one and it'd be in 5 days. So I ordered one, put it on myself, the whole nine. But my wife had school and work, and I couldn't take her car, and I didn't own a car. And I'm like, all right, it's me and the Goldwing. And I rode that thing probably a little over 500 plus miles in 5 days. And a good 400 of it was in the pissing fucking rain.
Oh.
And, and I probably put 4 quarts of oil in that thing in those 5 days.
That's pretty rough. Hey, on the flip side, you don't have to ever worry about an oil change.
At that point,
no, it's like a Harley Davidson Evo motor. It just self changes.
But the constant oil drip in front of your rear tire in the rain has got to be disconcerting.
No, it drips to the
No,
side.
my thing was the 27-inch fucking windshield that was on the front of it that you couldn't see through when it was pouring fucking rain. So you had to stand up to look over it as you were going down the freeway.
Hey, John, I'm going to tap out. I got to get going in the morning, so I'm going to pack her in for the night. Been fun being on here with you.
Hey, Jarvis, thank you for joining us, man. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great evening and stay warm.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice to talk to you, Wayne. It was
Driveway
nice to
cleaning in the morning, and we'll be all good to go.
Yeah,
I want to
enjoy.
thank you for letting me in, and everybody have a Merry Christmas, okay?
You too, buddy. I think we're
You
going to
too.
go about 10 more minutes and then shut her down.
Right on.
Thank
So
you
I'll
so
see you
much,
next
Jarvis.
time.
Take care.
Bye.
And then there were 4. Well, 3.5 because Dewey doesn't count.
Hey, now.
Although
I carried this stream.
we're back up to
You know
12
what?
watching.
And I've got a joke, but I'm going to just let it ride.
No, you can joke all you want. I can take it. I'm a big boy.
Oh, no, I was going to go this direction.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Let's get a whole wrestling thing going on.
No, I was just going to say the tricyclist.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've
Jesus
heard.
Christ.
I get enough of that from Pike Spears and Bruce. So
well, they don't have to hold
That's right.
themselves up like us motorcyclists do.
I had a buddy that his friend was going out of town for like 2 months, and he had a Harley Davidson Tri-Glide, and he was like, "Man, I don't want it to just sit. Can you take the bike, ride it all you want, whatever?" And he's like, "Fuck it." So he took his bike and rode it every day while he was gone. Just left his on the trickle charger in the garage. His buddy comes back in town, gets the bike. So he's riding his bike the first day, gets to the first red light, and just drops the fucking bike bigger than shit because he forgot to put his feet down.
Oh, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I would get a Spider in a heartbeat before I got a Tri-Glide. I don't know. Hopefully, I don't offend anybody in John's chat. I don't think there's anybody left. But the Tri-Glide is like I've given up at life. And
You know what? Hey,
I'm done.
look, at my age, I should not be as feeble as I am. but I have a lot of balance issues, and I look forward to the day when I can throw a leg over a trike because I'll put snow tires on that bitch and ride it all winter long.
Get a Spider, not a Tri-Glide, though. I rode Purple on 3 Spider when she was here, when they came through here. It's actually a lot of fun to ride. I got to give it credit for that. It's engaging. It's fun to ride. The Tri-Glide just seems like I've gone way past my prime, and I'm trying to not fall down, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it's the 2 wheels in the front that really helps.
I would get a Tri-Glide just so I don't have to change my channel logo.
Hey, but the great thing about if you bought a Spider is it's already a snowmobile. All you got to do is just put a track on the back of it.
Dude, I have a snowmobile suit that 20 years ago I rode at 8 degrees out, and I had like t-shirt and sweatpants and socks on underneath, and I was plenty comfortable. And I wore a full face back in those days, and I had like Nike ACGs, which were like a hiking boot, and I was comfortable. I rode for like 4 hours one night. I left at 10:30, came back at 2:30, and hit ice.
Those ugly ass boots.
What's that?
But I remember those ugly ass boots. Those fucking 1990s fucking Nike hiking boots. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were horrible.
What's funny is you're the first guy I've ever known that owned them. Everybody I knew that owned them were fucking lesbians.
I am a lesbian trapped in a man's body, let me tell you. And you know what? I wore those ACGs for a couple of years. They were great, except for when I got ice in them, because I rode. Look, I was on a. Look, I'll be completely honest. I was half a lesbian. I rode a 50cc scooter for a year. I put 5,000 miles on a scooter riding around my area out to Annapolis Mall, which is an hour each way. So it was like 2 hours by scooter. And I got 100 miles to the gallon, and I wore my snowmobile suit in the wintertime, and I rode no matter what the weather was. And it was great fun, but I wore those ACGs, and I hit ice, and I tripoded it because I had the wheels, and then I had my feet, which my hands are representing.
That's what you can do with a scooter.
My feet kept me upright. And then at the next stoplight, these shoes now had ice all in the treads, and I slipped, and I damn near dropped this 200-pound scooter.
I'm not going to lie. I like riding scooters as long as I'm in a full face so nobody knows it's me.
Right. Riding.
They're a lot of fun, though.
Hey, mopeds are like fat chicks. They're fun to ride till your friends catch you.
Exactly. Except
scooters are a heck of a lot of fun. And if you ever get a chance, anytime you go to Europe, rent a scooter. You'll have more fun on that afternoon on a scooter than you will walking around in all the museums. I guarantee you.
I caught a lot of shit from Black Belt Bagger. My first bike, and he's like, it's not a fucking bike. Was a 1980 something Honda Elite 80.
Yeah, it's not a bike.
That might be pushing the bounds of what a bike is.
Says the guy that had a 50cc scooter.
I've upgraded. I got 114 cubic inches of get the fuck out of my way.
I got 111.
I beat you.
That makes more power than your 114, so we'll just move on.
I got bigger balls all the way to top speed.
How much power do those things make?
I think mine makes like 90 horses.
I think yours makes more horses, less torque. Mine makes less horses, more torque.
All those cubes and 90 horses.
Unless yours has.
Mine has 90 horses and 123 foot-pounds of torque.
Mine's 85 horsepower, 120 foot-pounds of torque. Stock.
Right, so I beat you. Good. We bench raced. I'm bigger.
So my BMW is a 48 cubic inch and makes 90 horsepower.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it only goes to Starbucks.
Well, BMW also makes a 650 scooter that will keep up with the GSXR 750. So we'll just move on.
You guys are arguing over 3 cubes.
Hey, look, I got you all beat because I used to have a buddy here who had a 50cc pocket bike, like a half-scale sport bike, that he was a mechanic. So he took the CVT or whatever out, and he put a 5-speed gearbox in it, and then he geared it so top speed would do about 75.
Oh, Jesus.
And he would do it in full leathers on the Capitol Beltway. He was clank, clank, clank walking down the street. Let me tell you.
But those tires are so little. There's no room for error.
No, none whatsoever. I rode that 50cc thing in a parking lot, and I walked away like, holy shit, glad I don't have to do that again. My legs are splayed out like freaking Mia Khalifa. I think the porn reference. We've now jumped the shark. Whoop!
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be the cue to call it.
It's still early here, Dewey. It's only 8:20 your time.
It is only 8:20 my time, but
Oh yeah, that's right.
we're almost 2.5 hours in now.
Yeah,
I'm not
nobody's
gonna
watching.
lie. I may or may not smoke, and I may or may not want to go outside.
Well, you know what? I can remove you from the chat, and then you can go back and you can come back when you're done.
We
See,
can
that's
do
how
that,
this
yeah.
works.
If you're still going.
Yep, I removed him.
There we go.
Look at that.
No bye, no nothing. Just fuck it. Have a good one.
See you later.
Yeah. Now he'll be back. He's in the green room, as they call it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's easy enough. Yeah,
Look,
so you don't have to close out.
Now I'm the same size.
Yeah, look at you. Now you can point at both of us and go, look at these guys. They're sexy time. Yeah. The wrestler and the nerd. I'm the wrestler.
Oh, you got to cut a promo on the next video then.
You know what? I should. You know, after my 2 Bond reviews, people are like, that's a great big Smitty style intro. And I'm like, fudge. I don't want to be compared to that guy. He's got like 4 times the subscribers I do.
Did you see my Goldwing video where I actually cut my beard into a Fu Manchu?
No, I'd have to be subscribed to you first.
That's a good point. Yeah, nobody subscribed to me. I think I'm the smallest channel out of everybody that was here.
You know what? You're about to get one more subscriber.
There we
359.
go.
No, you're not the smallest. Dewey is.
Dewey, yeah.
You know what? I have to apologize, Truckin'. I was not a subscriber. I am now.
Dude, I didn't do YouTube for subscribers and shit. I just did it as like thought it'd be fun to do.
Right.
Yeah, so did I. And then it turned into like a full-time job.
Nah, the instant YouTube becomes a full-time job, I'm walking away from it.
Oh, see, I spend like, I want to say conservatively, I spend between 15 and 25 hours a week on YouTube related stuff, not counting watch time of other people's channels.
That's a lot.
So like me, man, like if I can't edit the video in under an hour, I fucking scrap it and walk away.
Oh, if it takes me an hour, I wonder what I missed.
If I'm going to do a ride video, I will turn the GoPro on, do the monologue, turn the GoPro off, and finish my fucking ride. I will use the entire fucking piece of footage.
Oh.
It's like 10, 15 minutes max. Or if I'm in the garage, I'll pause the fucking video or stop it, and then just take each piece and put it together and call it good.
Oh, see, I'll take like a 3-hour ride, and I'll record a bit here and record a bit there, and then I'm like, I did an outro, but I don't like it, so I do 3 more. And
when I get on the bike, the last thing I want to think about is fucking YouTube. I don't want to think about anything. I just want to be on the bike, and and which is funny. Everybody's like, but you ride your bike all the time. There's a big ass difference between going out and riding your bike and commuting with it.
Right.
The commute's not relaxing. It's not anything. It's my 40 miles to work, my 40 miles home. And 9 times out of 10, it's me beating on the hood of a car or knocking somebody's fucking mirror off and being retarded. I live in Houston. Like, it's the worst fucking traffic. And you've heard Smitty bitch about it. You've heard Salty and Sprinkles bitch about it. You've heard Warpaint Customs bitch about it. Fucking living in Houston and riding a motorcycle down here sucks a dick.
Well, I live near DC, so I want to argue with you, but I'm looking up stats in another window.
Yeah, I've driven
Yeah,
in DC and it's bad, but yeah, I don't know.
part of I-10 is 6 lanes, one way. And at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it will come to standstill traffic until 6:30 at night.
All right. My quick Google foo says Houston is number 8 and DC is number 3 on worst traffic. So
All right, but take a look at population size.
yeah. Well,
So if you break it down by population, Houston's fucking way bigger. So
That's
I'll
why the
give you
I
traffic.
can tell you right now, at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it is 12 miles from 610 north to 610 south, and it can take you 2 hours to go that far
and you know what?
on the freeway.
I look
That's,
at that
that's
2
no
hours.
stoplights. No, that's you sitting with your feet on the damn freeway with your fucking testicles roasting over your rear cylinder.
So I look at that 2 hours and I go, how many videos can I record in that 2 hours?
No, I will pull the bike off on the shoulder, shut it off, and wait for traffic to die down. Because when I had my Dyna, I overheated my Dyna 3 or 4 times sitting in fucking traffic. And it's a bitch to get a fucking Harley started again once you've overheated it.
I can imagine.
And I haven't done it with the Indian yet, but because I've learned my fucking lesson. When I start feeling that good heat roll up and my idle starts sounding funny, I'm on the shoulder. Turn it off and let it go. Or I'll hit the shoulder and just ride past everybody if that's an option.
Right.
Because it's against the law for us to ride down the shoulder.
Yeah, good luck getting the cops to catch you if you're doing it though. They look in my area, they see a Harley on the shoulder riding along and they're like, yep, dude's riding a bike that's hot. Let him roll.
The cops here will pull right off on the shoulder and come after you.
Nope, I don't have that problem. But I also, before I
Dude,
started
I've gotten pulled over.
motovlogging-
I've gotten pulled over on my way to work because I go to work at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I've gotten pulled over just to see where I was going on a motorcycle at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow, that's not good.
Yeah, and when I was in Defenders of Animals, I had to step away from it due to family issues and stuff like that. Great fucking people, love every one of them. But the instant I put that patch on my back, I got pulled over twice in the first week, and then I guess the cops finally got just used to me coming down the road and stopped pulling me over.
We had that problem in near my buddy's house. I was going to say the city name, but it doesn't make sense to anybody else. There was a guy that lived 2 blocks away from a friend of mine, and my friend had a V6 hardtop Mustang in a dark red. And 2 blocks over lived a Cobra Mustang in a pearl red, and it was a convertible. And I can't tell you how many times we walk out of his house and the cops would be there, guns drawn, because the guy that owned the Cobra was a drug dealer, and we were just 2 assholes that wanted to go out riding around in the car. And golly, we got pulled over 3 times on the way to Maryland International Raceway, once in front of his house, once 2 blocks away, and once going down the main road. It was like, do you guys not talk to each other? Because you already pulled us over twice in 20 minutes. Fuck off.
No.
Yeah, that happened to me once. I got pulled over twice in one day in the same town by the same cop. I'm like, dude, we just did this.
That's because you had too many wheels in the front.
No, this was in a car. This was years ago.
You still had too many wheels in the front.
But
I got pulled over by the same cop 2 days in a row and given the same damn ticket for out inspection. And I'm like, bro, I just told you yesterday, I'm waiting for the parts to come in to fix the car so it'll pass inspection.
Yeah, good times.
Oh,
Yeah, funny
you
enough,
telling
I've
police
never been,
stories?
yeah, I've
Now
never
we're
been pulled
rearranging
over on a
shit.
bike.
6 times by the same officer in 3 weeks. I got pulled over.
Stop riding, Dewey.
No,
You
it
win.
wasn't on the bike.
Yeah, you win.
I have a Camaro that I've had. It was my first car that I bought, and I still have it. But yeah, when I was young,
Please tell me it's a catfish Camaro.
The same what?
Please tell me it's a catfish Camaro.
No, it's an IROC.
Oh no, I mean like the '90s model that looked like a fucking catfish in the front. I don't know
Oh,
why
that
I
one.
love that model.
Dude, they're
Yeah.
awesome.
No, it's
Yeah.
earlier than that.
It's a third gen.
Okay,
Yeah, third gen.
so
Third gen. Yeah.
the guy around the corner from me actually has a fucking screaming chicken.
Nice.
Although, you got to see this. I just walked outside. You wouldn't believe what just freaking happened.
Oh.
So I live in a townhouse condo, and somebody in the snow ran over our mailbox and knocked it completely off.
Oh my goodness.
So I wish I still had the picture. I live on a cul-de-sac, and our mailbox, there's a curb that's like my kids put fucking planks of wood and use it as a BMX ramp. And somebody jumped the curb, knocked over the mailbox, left ruts all through the dirt. And I know exactly where you're coming from.
My mom's Christmas present is supposed to be in the mail today, so it's somewhere out there in that mailbox. So I'm going to go out in the morning when things have melted and try to get it out.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine had an 85 Monte Carlo, and we were leaving the gun range, and we were going through the back roads going back to my house. And I was like, dude, slide it through this corner. And his license plate frame, which stuck out like this far beyond his rear bumper, caught the edge of a mailbox post and knocked the mailbox over. And he went back. We stopped, and he went back, and he propped it back up. And he went up, and he told the people, hey, I knocked over your mailbox. And they're like, yeah, don't worry about it. Somebody knocked it over yesterday. We just propped it back up. You're good. But he knocked it over. It was like this far. And you could see the bottom of the post was all like broken where somebody else had broken it and propped it up with the snow. It was crazy.
They must have been moving because that mailbox is sitting probably 100 feet from where it would be on the
Oh
street.
shit!
They hit it hard.
They hit
They
it
hit it
real
with
hard.
intent.
Yeah.
That's
But
right.
I'm surprised I didn't. I mean, no police or anything
Oh,
showed up, so they
hold
must
on.
have just up
Dewey.
and bailed.
Dewey, close your YouTube tab.
Oh, did it? I'm not echoing. I don't. It's muted.
I'm getting echo from your side.
I muted him. Is it better now?
Yeah.
No more echo.
Yeah. No more echo.
Is the echo back?
So it's me. It's me echoing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he muted his mic. He's walking away. That's sweet guy. And we're like 2.5 hours in. I can curse now, right? God damn it.
Yeah. No one's gonna watch this part.
Yeah, nobody.
No one goes this far.
My YouTube stats are all like crazy now because I have like 65 views in an hour and stuff.
Oh yeah, the live streams kind of mess with the analytics and stuff like that, but not a big deal.
I don't care. This has been
I don't
a
even
ton
know how
of
to read
fun
that
just
shit.
having all my friends on.
That's how I look at it. It's just like it's a fun thing to do, and I just shoot. The
Wait,
shit
hold on.
and-
I qualify as a friend now. So have a good one.
More of an acquaintance, but it's the
We'll go with
Christmas
that,
spirit and all. It's like it's still 51 degrees here in the porch. I'm shocked because it's 8 degrees outside.
It's funny you mentioned that because I'm not a phone call guy, but I will sit here on this live stream and talk to you guys for like 2.5 hours. But if you call me, I will look at my phone and not answer it.
I don't have your phone number. Otherwise, I would call it. But yeah, I'm the same way. I don't want to talk to anybody on the phone, but you get me on a live stream and a little bit of alcohol, and I'm like, hell yeah, this is a lot of fun. Woo!
Forget
Being
that
a
idea.
truck driver, I
was gonna use
prefer
my
phone calls
Bluetooth
over text
headset,
message.
but I forgot that it's a new laptop and they're not paired. I'm not going to go through the whole pairing process.
Blah, blah,
Oh,
blah, nerd. Dewey just got a new laptop, everybody. He bought an Alienware, so hack him.
Oh man.
And they've already been out to replace the keyboard and the touchpad.
Yep.
And the touchpad?
That's what happens.
They
Oh,
replaced the whole upper part. Basically, they kept the screen and the motherboard.
Wow.
Is all they kept.
MSI would look at me and go, We see the cigar smoke coming out of your laptop. You can fuck off with your warranty.
I'd had it for less than a week. So there, I don't know. I mean, you know, I can only do so much damage to it in a week on my own.
I think I was smoking a cigar while I did the unboxing of my laptop.
But it cranks through rendering the videos. I'll give it that.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
3080 Ti and 64 gigs of RAM. It scoots right along.
It's a little bit faster than your Atari.
How much horsepower is
2600.
that?
It'd be about a 600 horsepower. You know.
Yeah, when people start talking like computer stuff to me, I'm like, the sky is blue.
Well, it's funny because, you know, I have to know all this stuff because of my job. But if you ask me what I do in the evenings, other than edit videos, because I have the YouTube channel now, I'm down working on the Camaro or down working on a bike or doing something with my hands because I spend all day thinking about computers and doing computers. It's not what I want to do on my spare time.
Doing something with his hands.
Right?
Yep.
Oh my God. I made the mistake and petted one of my dogs. Now I have both of them fighting for attention.
And if you stop, they're going to both be upset.
Oh, look at those
they're-
puppies. Oh, they're so cute. I have 2 dogs, but they're locked behind a door. They can't get out. I'll hear them scratch, and I'll
mine
know them
are-
getting out. But this time of night, they're both asleep. Like, nope, we want to be with mommy. We're good.
Okay, go lay down. Go lay down.
Ryan's got cats.
Yeah, I got 2 cats.
He's surrounded by pussy.
They're somewhere.
I've got 2 cats, 2 dogs, and a sugar glider, which means I have a 4-inch demon that lives in my bedroom.
At least it's not a ferret.
I had a ferret.
Yeah, I had a friend with 2
I've
ferrets.
I've owned 4 ferrets in my life. I love ferrets. They're great pets to have.
Oh, they're awesome. They're really smart, and they dig around and carry
They
plastic
steal
bags back and
fucking
forth in the middle of the
everything
night.
they can get a hold of.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're crazy.
Anything they can get a hold of, they fucking steal.
Kind of like my kids. My kids are like, "Daddy,
What
let me
road?
play with that Lego set," and I'm like, "It weighs more than you. Go pound sand. Go do something else." No, literally,
oldest-
I have a Millennium Falcon that's 3 feet long and weighs 27 pounds. I'm like, yeah, no, you're not playing with that. It's going to stay up on the shelf collecting dust.
So do you have like a room for all of these?
Yeah, I call it my wife's office.
Okay. So you build something, you're like, hey, here you go. I made something else for you.
Well, yeah, right. We have a split level. So my wife used to have her own office, but now she had a second kid. So he gets her old office and she moved to the lower level, which used to be my smoking lounge. And now I'm out here on the porch freezing my ass off editing videos all night. And her office, I put a bunch of shelves in so I can display my Lego. I'm actually like 3/4 of the way dismantling a 5,500 piece stadium set that I bought because it was on sale and it was a fun build. And now it takes up too much room. So I'm getting rid of it so I can build more shit. But she's had probably a dozen people on her Zoom calls for work. Like, hey, what is that in the background? Is that Lego? Oh, my kids are into Lego. Is that your kids? No, it's my husband's.
Yeah. Yeah, then she's probably got that look on her face like, yeah, husband.
Yeah. And then it was like when I build one of the sets, she shows it off to certain coworkers. She's like, here's John's latest set. This is what he's building. I'm like, yeah. Okay. I can't take any of that to work. It doesn't help me.
You should totally be in the background building one when next time she's on a meeting. That would be hilarious.
I would, but I'm working at the same time. So.
Oh, that's dumb.
I've had a
Yeah,
rule the last
bad.
15 years. I do not take personal stuff to work. I am ready to be fired at any moment.
Oh, I don't either. Yeah, I got nothing at work either. I actually was
That's
talking.
That's why I only took pictures of my family.
Oh, I don't even have that. I was telling the wife the other day. She's like, "You have pictures of us, right?" I'm like, "No, I got nothing at work. Nothing personal whatsoever."
I have a travel mug. But
I don't have
I haven't
that.
had to go to the office for 3 years now either. So
Right.
I wish. I've been back in the office several days a week for like almost a year. and it's killing me. The only upside is it gives me a ride to work and a ride home, and I can record
Right.
videos.
Yep.
Yeah, no, they figured out that they pay us the same, and they don't have to pay for office space and HVAC and janitorial staff and all the other stuff, and we still do our jobs. So we're still at home.
Go figure. I found out during the pandemic that I run a whole division from home. Who knew?
I get more done from home than I ever did in the office. I don't have anybody bothering me.
That's exactly what
can
happens.
Stop and if I need to spend 2 hours writing out a script or some code, I can just crank it out without people coming up and asking me how my weekend was and whatever stuff they decided to stop by my desk and interrupt me doing.
Oh, that's why I love going into the office. I spend a half hour a day talking to some guy about photography and video. I spend another half hour asking my boss how his weekend was, and then telling him for 28 minutes how my weekend was. And then 5 other people, I'm like, yeah, check out my latest video on YouTube. It's awesome.
I work from home.
All I'm hearing is I've made a shit ton of bad life choices.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm a local truck driver. I deliver food and supplies to local restaurants by hand on a fucking dolly, like 20,000 plus pounds of groceries a fucking day.
You're doing the hard driver work.
You guys are talking about offices, and I'm going, I'm 41 years old. I've never had a fucking office in my life.
For 16 years, I worked for a logistics company that did a huge amount of truck stuff, and there's varying levels.
It's better than working for a company that does a huge amount of butt stuff.
Yeah.
Check out his OnlyFans.
No. No butt stuff. Although I tell you, if it was as easy as Kim Kardashian made it seem, I could, if I just made one video and could be famous, I'd be set.
Oh, come on. Let's
stepmom,
all be honest.
Her stepdad is the famous one. The Kardashians are only famous for being famous.
The video that she got famous for, she did no work. Ray J did all the work in that video.
No comment. I'm just saying, if I could make one video and become famous overnight, I'd make that trade.
Yep, you would do that train, absolutely.
Trust me, I'm not going to blow up the internet.
Did you just say you'll blow the internet?
I think you misunderstood what I'm saying.
I don't think I did. I think I got
did.
the context clear. I'm going to remove him from the chat again.
For $1 billion.
I'm kidding.
Now we're all getting shuffled around.
Oh, yeah. You're like a deck of cards, and I'm the dealer. Who's getting blackjack?
Well, Frank is still here. We still have one person watching this.
Yeah, Frank's still watching.
At least he didn't make a Lego reference.
This is true. Hey, look, people have been asking me for Lego videos, and they keep suggesting all these ideas that are great, but take a lot of work. And I'm like, I'm too lazy for that.
Dude, my 10-year-old would love to watch those videos.
He should follow Brixie on YouTube.
Dude, this kid, he asks for Legos all the time. I buy him Lego sets. We sit and we build them. And I grew up with Legos. I love collecting Legos. We sat and built this huge fucking Steve from Minecraft. He's a big Minecraft fan. That thing lasted 3 fucking hours, and he lost 90% of the goddamn blocks.
Look, I will be.
And he goes,
honest. Let me be really honest with you. My wife bought the Lego foosball table, and it's 5 players per side. It's 1.5 feet long by 1 foot wide. She finished it last Sunday. My littlest one was home, played foosball with her, loved it, went to grandma's house. The 2 of them came home at like 5 p.m. Within 5 minutes, my eldest had broken the foosball table. He had snapped one of the long axles that holds all the players in position, and it was a $2 part to replace, which is expensive for a Lego. But my wife was pissed, and I was sitting there clenched fist, like, let me at this kid. because nothing pisses me off more than somebody insulting my wife, right? Because that's our goal in life, is to make our wives the queens of our lives, and they are. And so even if the kids like insult my wife, I'm like, oh, I want to beat you so bad, but I couldn't.
I pushed the wrong button.
Smart, and I was like, F you, kid, go to your room. You're getting lost everything. And I went in there with a garbage bag, and I took half his Lego sets. I was like, you can't do this and get away with it. It's not happening. Oh, I was so mad. I screamed at him. My wife's like, why are you screaming? And I'm like, because he broke your Lego set. And it sounds ridiculous now that I say it out loud, but in the moment, it was like, wait a minute. This kid's going to have the audacity to not listen to his mom and break her new Lego set, which she just finished. You got to be kidding me. It ain't happening. I'm not allowing it.
This is why I don't have kids.
That was the perfect response.
Yep.
I'm just glad my son's older now at this point. I'm just done, one and done.
Yep. My youngest son broke the laptop that I use for editing.
I would disown him.
Well, luckily enough, like I made a video behind like the laptop broke and all this other shit and everything else, and RJ hit me up, 602 North.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, I've got a couple old laptops laying around. What's your address? I'll send you one.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Yeah, RJ's a really good dude. I like him.
Yeah, I met him down at VAM. He was pretty cool.
Yeah, he's slowing down. He's moving.
Yeah, or has moved or is moving. Yeah.
I think he's in the process of moving still. He's supposed to be down here in Houston, I think, in April. I got to hit him up, and we'll figure out how to get him a bike or something. Yeah, at least we have Twisted Roads. We've got Twisted Roads here, so you can rent a bike for real. That's what Harley Fat Boy Jr. used whenever he showed up for the Fallon ride. And we didn't know he was fucking coming. We showed up for it, and we're all making fun of this big-ass Mexican that's fanboying on Harley Fat Boy Jr., bigger than shit. And nope, it was Junior.
He's one of those guys. I've got to meet up with him. Him and I live like 30 miles from each other, if that.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
So
we've never gotten together. We've never gotten together and met up. We keep talking about it, and it just.
I will give you the warning. I was caught off guard, bigger than shit. How tall do you think Junior is?
6'4".
I don't get the impression that he's all that tall. I think he's just a big dude. Maybe
he's like 5'8". He's like 5'8", 5'9".
Oh wow!
I'm 5'10", and like me and Smitty were taller than. Like I'm just a gnat's ass taller than Smitty, and we were both taller than Junior was. And what I thought was funny is Warpaint Customs always used to make fun of me all the time for doing the live stream Instagram shit, because I'd get shit faced drunk and do Instagram lives. And I called Junior over. I was like, dude, watch this. And I started a live stream. I was like, I promise you, Colin's going to see this shit. If you go back, I kept the live stream. If you go back and watch it, you can see Colin in the background, like, seeing what we're doing. And he comes walking over. But, like, you can see me and him sitting next to each other, and I'm about an inch or two taller than him.
Yeah, he seems like a nice dude, and I live right by the airport here in Portland, which is where he works. And we keep talking about getting together
solid fucking guy.
Getting together, and we just never make it work.
He will one more you to death.
That's a Maryland goodbye.
You will forget where your fucking feet are drinking with Junior. Like it's like this dude shows up. He's on a rented Yamaha Warrior, and he's like, "Let's have one more beer." I'm like, "Dude, we've been here like 2.5 hours. I'm already 3 beers deep. I don't need another one." He's like, "No, dude, these shiners are actually pretty good. Let's have another one." Like,
Yeah, he's used to those. He's used to those Northwest beers. You know, we do them. We do
I
them right
know.
out here.
I'm from the Midwest, and like I've lived in Texas for a long ass time, but Texans know how to fuck. If there's one thing Texans know how to do is fucking drink.
I call
Can't do
bullshit.
shit else.
I call bullshit.
Oh, sir, I will see your challenge,
That's what I was hoping for.
That's the next live
and I
stream.
will raise you. I will raise you your Millennium Falcon.
Ooh.
I will not
That
give
would
that
be a
up.
great live stream. See him. We'll track it.
Yeah.
Few of them just drinking
Just
with the
drink
Millennium Falcon in the middle.
I'm not putting
Yeah.
Lego up for a bet, okay? It's just not happening.
So what you're saying is Texans can outdrink you.
No, I'm saying I don't need a bet to win. I don't have
Well, me
anywhere
and
to
you've
go
already-
or anywhere to be.
Me and you have already had the discussion before that we live on a steady diet of nicotine and caffeine
And alcohol.
and alcohol.
I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I'm going to shit my pants and wake up crying.
That's spoken like a true man that drinks whiskey.
Yeah,
That's what I
definitely,
do.
definitely seems like a true statement.
I was
depends.
talking to a guy one time, and I made the comment about, I was like, you ever been so drunk you shit yourself? He goes, no. I was like, then you've never drank whiskey. And just walked the fuck off. And he's like, the fuck does that mean?
Look, I'm already lactose intolerant. I wake up and have to go, okay? It's just a
Dude,
way of life.
I'm friends with Salty. Like, you've never met a man who was glutton for punishment like he is. Like,
I've seen
man's
this video.
lactose intolerant like a sumbitch. He loves queso and ice cream.
Oh, yeah. Dude, he doesn't
Who
have
doesn't?
lactose intolerance like I do then. I can't go near
Oh,
queso or ice cream or I'm in a hospital.
Oh, no. Like, he can look at queso and ice cream and shit himself. And
Let
still
me
eat
be
it.
clear.
Oh.
If I have cheese or ice cream, I will go to the hospital.
That's
Yeah,
got to be
I've
a
got it
terrible
worse than-
life.
Yeah.
I
I've
have
got it
ice
worse
So
cream
you're
than
saying
anybody
we
I
should
know.
do Irish car bombs?
No Irish car bombs. Just give me the whiskey. Give me the beer separate. I will drink them at the same time. I'm not mixing that shit. Oh yeah. Me and Goldschlager go way
So-
back.
Oh, fuck Goldschlager. Like, that ranks up there with Rumpelminch and Snobs.
What do you think I had next?
Ugh.
Yep.
Although, if
You
you,
know,
like the,
You're
if you like the,
You're offending BPE's virgin ears right now. I just want you to know that.
Well, I was just thinking how I was just thinking of how interesting Bam's going to be at this point.
if you like the car bombs trucking,
If-
you've got to try a bear fight.
I haven't had a bear fight. I've had a Pennsylvania pipe bomb.
So yeah, a bear fight is you take a car bomb and a Jaeger bomb, and you do them back to back.
Oh God!
Sounds like a
Why?
good time.
That's
Like,
a good time.
says the guy that loves Goldschlager. You apparently like things that taste like my ex-wife's ass.
I do not like Goldschlager, and I do
I
not
see
do the
your
bear fights
ex-wife's
either.
behind. It's not that far off.
I order the bear fights for the guys who like to tell everybody they can drink, and I tell them I've got to drink for them.
We were having a party one time, and there was a guy that's like, "Oh man, I've been to so many parties, and I've drank so much, and I've never puked, and blah blah blah." I was like, "Come drink with me, bro." We went in the kitchen, and I made him pound a fucking Mickey's grenade. Then we had a Guinness. I made an Irish car bomb. We did 2 shots of whiskey. We went on the balcony. We smoked 2 of the little, like, what were they, Al Capones that were like real popular back in the late 90s. And went back in. We did 2 more shots of whiskey, another Mickey's, and then I gave him a shot of milk.
Oh.
The milk did him in.
And whenever he took the shot of milk, I grabbed him and shook the fuck out of him.
Oh,
Reminds me of my old
That's
college days.
I'm a happy
dropped his keys.
puker, man. I'm not going to fight that at this point in my life.
No, if I'm going to puke, I'm going to puke.
Out of me.
Hey guys, I'll be right back. We're going to keep drinking. Just, I got to go make more room.
Dude, I never play drinking games because I take it too seriously.
King's Cup.
Nope.
You guys ever play King's Cup?
Nope.
All right, so King's Cup is the fucking demon of drinking games. Every card has a rule. And you take all the cards, you shuffle them, and then 4 people in the group pick a card at random or whatever. Or no, sorry, I take it back. That's a different game. So you shuffle the deck and you lay them around one cup, an empty cup, in the middle of the circle, and you pull a card, and it means take a drink. Like a 2 is like take a drink. If you pull a queen, it's a waterfall, which means you start drinking. Then the guy to your left has to start drinking, and so on and so forth. And the guy to your left can't stop until you stop, and the guy to his left can't stop until he stops. Shit like that. But if you pull a king, you fill the cup a third of the way full with what you're drinking. And then at the end, whoever pulls the 4th king has to drink the cup. And I had to drink a cup that had Boone's Farm Blueberry Hill in it, vodka, and Guinness.
Well, it wouldn't have been so bad until the Guinness got mixed in there.
That was, yeah. As soon as I polished the cup, I drank the cup in the bathtub. And as soon as the last of that cup went down, I set the cup down and emptied into my bathtub.
That sounds like a level of preparedness that I was never accustomed to.
Oh, no, because I was looking at the cup curdling itself.
Ugh.
I was like, yeah, that cup is already throwing up in the cup. Yeah, that's going to be bad.
No, I did an 18 pack of like Mike's Hard Lemonade back in the day. And then my buddy drove me through a DUI checkpoint because he was still sober-ish. And we get to the next bar. And beforehand, we had to drop off our friend of ours whose girlfriend drove him home. And he walked up to the front stairs. She drove off. He walked back down, got in the car. We went to the bar, and they ordered 3 doubles of Goldschlager. And they drank them.
Why Goldschlager?
Me, him, and the other guy, right? So we drank them.
What is with
and
you
then
guys
they
in
ordered
Goldschlager?
Hold on. They ordered 3 more doubles. 2 guys drank them, and I drank them. And then they ordered 3 more doubles. Now there's 1 guy drinking them. It was me. I had 6 doubles of Goldschlager. They're like, let's do Old Granddad. So I did a shot of Old
bar full of
Granddad.
alcohol. Why would anybody get Goldschlager?
I don't know, but we were at a college bar, and I'm doing this.
In a whole world full of alcohol, why would anybody drink Goldschlager?
Yeah, I'm already full, and I need a drink. And I'm like, I need water. So the bartender gives me water, and it slops down the whole bar. And they go, get your friend out of here, or we're going to have to call the cops. So my 2 friends each grabbed me by an armpit, dragged me out. This is 25 years ago. And fuck, they dragged me out, poured me into the backseat of this Mustang, same Mustang from earlier, and drive me back. So they drop off the first guy. We go to the second guy's house. I fall down a flight of stairs. I pass out. I throw up. It's a whole mess. It's just a whole mess all around. The next morning, I wake up.
What, did you shit yourself?
I didn't, because I'm Irish.
Okay.
We don't shit ourselves. I wake up with a Post-it note on my forehead. I go, what the fuck is this? It says, clean my car, you asshole. So I take the car and I drive because my alarm on my phone woke me up at 7:30. said I have to be in Virginia, which is an hour away from where I was. And I got 2 hours to get there. So I drive down to the one guy's house and I'm like, get in the fucking car. So he gets in the car, we drive back, and I'm like, all right, you go clean the car. I got to go to work. So I go to work, and it's my dad's company. He was in the process of buying it before he got cancer and died. Don't go getting all teary-eyed on me or whatever. But he's like, holy shit, look at you. And I was like, yep. And he goes, are you hungover? I was like, nope, still drunk. So I show up to work on his computers for the entire company for the next 6 hours. Absolutely fucking still hammered. And the office manager's like, instead of my credit card, I'll go with you. You drive. And I was like, yeah, I don't think that's a great idea. She goes, you'll be fine. Let's go. So I drive, I get parts, I come back, I fix parts, I go home, I pass out. 7:30. It's now Saturday night, 7:30. The phone rings, and he's like, hey, dude, what are you doing? And I'm like, sleeping, leave me alone. He's like, oh, yeah, well, you got a mess to clean up. So I drive back to the place where I made the mess. I cleaned it up, which involved gasoline and a fire. A trucking.
I looked and it was freaking hand sanitizer.
One of my kids came out. He just realized in the last 2 weeks he's been washing his hands with hand sanitizer.
Do you have COVID?
No, it just my wife has a bottle of like cherry hand sanitizer on the back of the sink, and he's been like using it like hand soap. And I'm like, the fact that it didn't sud up.
Right.
And he's like, I've been trying to figure out why my knuckles are burning every time I use it. And I'm like,
yeah, that's why.
It's fucking hand sanitizer. He's 13.
Yep.
It could be worse.
They know everything. Daddy knows nothing. I'm aware.
No,
So
it's not that. I'm just glad that it was his knuckles burning.
Yeah.
Not his palms.
Yeah. Or anything else.
He's sitting there staring at me going,
we'll go with
really?
palms.
Yeah, we're going small. That's rough, man. That's rough.
He went back in the He went back in the house.
Fucker. So, real quick to finish the story, my buddy's on the phone. He's like, you got to clean up this mess. So I drive back. I involve gasoline in a bucket, and I burn everything. And he's like, what are you doing now? I said, I'm going home and going back to sleep. I'm still drunk. He's like, okay, we're going out drinking. I was like, yeah, that's great for you. He goes, I'm buying. I said, sign me up. Put me in the passenger seat. I sobered up on Tuesday. We're good. Yeah, you know what? That story sucked. Delete the last 5 minutes, John.
That's right.
You know what? That's an
you-
editing note I leave myself in my recordings all the time. Whoa, delete that shit. It sucked.
I can vouch for that. I edited one of John's videos, and he was really good with the editing notes.
I left notes in it, right?
You did.
Look, I'm so dumb, and it takes me 3 months to get to a video. I gotta leave myself notes, or I won't remember what the fuck to do.
No, seriously, Dewey. If I swear, bleep it out. I have kids that watch my channel.
Yeah, exactly.
My 10-year-old came to me. He goes, I can't watch your YouTube channel on my YouTube because it's set to under 13. It's not kids YouTube. It's just I cuss so fucking much in my videos that YouTube flags all of my videos as not suitable for kids.
Nice.
Smitty!
Smitty's in the house! Smitty, you want to join us?
3 hours later. Yeah, I'm going to eventually have to get some sleep at some point.
Yeah, fuck that. It's only
Dude,
midnight.
it's 11 o'clock at night. I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. I've been at work since 2 o'clock this morning.
I got 2 more hours till I got to go to sleep.
What's up, Smitty?
I was going to say, eventually I'm going to breakfast with the BPE girls, so I need some sort of energy for that.
I'd be jealous, but y'all are like 500 miles away, so I'm good.
I have girls.
500 miles away, huh?
I have BPE.
He lives. Oh yeah, I thought it said BPE curls. I was like, wait, I need to start watching this dude's channel a lot more.
and some friends.
Yeah, a lot of friends that are girls.
You have a daughter, Ryan?
No.
So it's you, your wife, and your son, and then your female friends that join in.
All my girlfriends.
Yeah, all your girlfriends. Yeah,
right.
I see. Polyamorous.
Yeah, it works.
Careful, Crazy Carl's gonna get your ass.
Oh man, hey, we got more royalty in the side chat. Freaking Smitty joined us. Smitty, I know you don't watch my videos, but people compare me to you now because of my product reviews. Just saying.
I still love the fact that the Goldwing video I did, I got a fucking text message 3 minutes after that bitch was released. He's like, dude, I can't even get past the intro of this video. I am dying fucking laughing. And it was just all of the Goldwing stereotypics. Like I put on a high-vis vest, I put on a high-vis jacket, a 3/4 helmet, a knee brace, the whole fucking nine. Like anything that, like, and the dude is such a great fucking sport about shit. Like he was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. It ranked up there with Black Belt Bagger put out a video and called me one of Bolt Bucket's boyfriends because of the Goldwing that was dying in my driveway. Smitty, go to the fucking chat. There's a link. Jump on, bro.
Yeah.
I think he said he was too intoxicated.
No. There's no such thing as too intoxicated.
Well, he said extremely.
You haven't met Smitty.
I want to meet Smitty.
This dude is a professional drinker. Like, and he's fucking awesome. But no, it's yeah, fucking Black Belt Bagger called me one of Bolt Bucket's boyfriends because of all the guys that he stopped by and like crashed their houses or whatever else on his way through America. So I put a video out behind that with how to ride a bike like Black Belt Bagger. And I strapped my kid's fucking car seat to my bike. And I was like, he's already got the market cornered on looking like Jared Leto and Jesus Christ baby, illegitimate child. You guys know Black Belt Bagger?
Yep.
Wait, you know who Black Belt Bagger was, but you don't know who I am, and I got a bigger kiss my ass, John.
Look, I'll be completely honest, all right? I got like 300 channels I'm subscribed to, and I can't keep up with a tenth of it.
And I've been recommended by Salty. I've been recommended by Smitty. I've been recommended by Smitty several times. Bolt Bucket. Fucking Ben's even said my name on his damn channel.
Look, Truckin', I will mention you in the next thing I record. So you'll see that shit.
I won't watch it. Just out of fucking spite and kiss my ass. I'm unsubscribing.
All right, fine. I don't need you. I already have 1,500 subs.
The next thing she records won't be
released. $14.99, motherfucker.
My next video that I record will be published in like April.
Yeah, the next video I record will be recorded on Sunday morning and released Sunday afternoon. Like that's the way I fucking roll. Like I will record and release on the same damn day. Is Smitty in the chat or comments or
he was.
He probably fucking shagged ass.
Oh, there he is. Oh no, that was just his pop up.
Yeah, that was a earlier one.
That was me.
Yeah.
I tricked you, motherfuckers. I'm good at this. Look at this. Franco's joined. Look, Frank is on.
Frank is I think the last man standing. If I'm real honest.
I think we got 7 people watching. 3 of those are probably us. Maybe 4 of those are us. I don't know. I know
one of us is me.
Right. So, but we're also like way over 3 hours in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's
I'm
watching.
I'm about to call because I've got to go make dinner.
All right. Hey, Dewey, take it easy. We're going to end the live stream right now.
Yep.
Dewey, thank you very much. Ryan, thank you very much. Truck and Biker.
Thanks for
Adrian,
having me, man.
Everybody else that joined. Look, I'm going to go solo for a second. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has made this channel as popular as it may be unpopular as it is, because you guys are the motivation that keeps me rolling. All right. Seriously. If I didn't have, somebody to actually watch the videos, I wouldn't make the videos. But when I record a video, I picture somebody like Dewey or Ryan or Ben from Bikes, Beers, and Brews or Truck and Biker or Wayne, who's been commenting on my videos for 2 years. I picture the people that have watched my content and enjoy it. And I just want to say deep down, thank you so much for watching the content. It means the world to me. I got the wife and the kids and the regular life, but the YouTube life, it really does mean a lot to me that so many people watch and enjoy the channel. That's my soapbox.
Nicely
You
done.
guys are awesome.
I think that's a good way to end it.
Yep, sounds.
Go check out Dewey and Black Phoenix Entertainment and Adrian from U Motorcycle, Truck and Biker, Smitty, Misplaced Motovlogger, Walton, PA. Check them all out. I've got, I try to do shout outs in all my videos, at least my vlogs, and go check them out because those guys are worth watching. I'm a distraction. I get that. And I'm happy to be that. So on that note, everybody do your outro.
Dewey out.
Dewey out.
Black Phoenix out. Thanks for having me.
Guys, take it easy. Have a Merry Christmas. A Happy New Year. I'm going to go to bed. Good night.
You do. Congratulations, John.
Thanks.
Thank you so much.
Smitty was